Last little check here. We're good. Raise that up. Get our chat out. That is not how you do that. There it is. Multi-stream. Okay. Whoop. Okay, cool. We're functioning. Awesome. All right, let's see. Go ahead and spool this up. What is going on, everybody? For those of you who are watching this as a YouTube video, let me get out of his way. We are about to do a 10 contract test, 10 contract challenge with the Hull C in the 4.1 PTU. We are a week or less probably away from this actually hitting live, and in my play experience so far, it's been really good. So we almost did 6 consecutive contracts before I made us go nuclear thanks to hitting a drone. So the goal of this video is going to be reliability testing in the Hull C. So I'm going to be super careful not to blow up the ship, and hopefully everything else works well. Yamez, what's up, dude? It's good to see you in the Persistent Universe a second ago. I am excited because I am ready to see how this performs. We're going to try not to blow up this time. We're going to try to do 10 contracts, and we're going to see if everyone should be excited about the Hull C when 4.1 hits. I am actually optimistic. I think after the last live stream on or yesterday, yeah, I think it was yesterday, right? Pretty sure. Got no ship up. We had a great time. 5 contracts, all completed well. Now we're not going to really be. I guess we'll see how much experience we get. I don't know that we'll be really stress testing the upper limit of what it carries to, but we'll at least see how the contract reliability is. And wait a minute, let me get the quantum drive and livery set up. It's the only ship I really care about in here. It's the only one we have delivered. This time on the livery, I want to try out one we haven't had yet. Let's go with Dusk. We'll see how that behaves. We'll see how that looks. And we need our quantum drive. Take off our propulsion. And yep. Oh, the game ate one of our Erebus quantum drives. So we still have one, which is good. And I'm basically gonna go probably, let's call the ship, getting ahead of myself. I'm pretty much just gonna go between like Everest and Port Tressler, or Everest and Seraphim. We're gonna keep it simple. We're just gonna see how many contracts we can actually get through successfully. I'm hoping we can do 10. I think if we somehow get 10 consecutive contracts, I think that'll be a really good sign for the Hull C. I think it'll make it a lot more playable for everybody. Versus the mess it's been in 402. I don't know that I would give it the seal approval to use your own in-game money to do trade routes with it yet, but that's partially what this testing is for. Let's try that again. That's partially what this testing is for. Now, I don't know that the improvements seen here will directly translate into the live build. The PTU does often perform a little bit better than live, just because there are less people on it. In fact, let's do a count. Let's see how many people are on right now. Display info 1, I think, shows the number. It's actually kind of heavy. There are 791 in the server, 340 in this shard. So there's a decent number of players. Actually, we'll use the hot trick here to get rid of that, just for a cleaner display. All right, yeah, let's check out this Dusk. I think this is the color. It's part of the 3 paint pack. You get Empyrean, Dusk, and Horizon, and this looks like it's the one that has a bit of the gold accenting, but it's all dark, which is nice. I think Horizon basically just has that caution tape area here, where it's usually orange or red. I think it's just white. So this is basically the jet black version with some gold accenting, which I do like. Man, I'm like excited and nervous at the same time. I really hope, I'm like rooting for this thing, but I feel like because I'm calling it out and saying like, hey, we're going to do 10 contracts in a row, let's just say I'm worried that I jinxed it. We'll see. Been wanting to do this all day. Spent a little time in the persistent universe testing out a couple of stealth ships I got. And go figure I would get basically ambushed by a pirate org taking over Grim Hex. But they weren't able to really kill me. I was able to get away in the little Razor and in the Saber Comet. That was fun. I definitely couldn't put up much of a fight though. Alright. Let's kill weapons and get more power to shields and guns. Quest departure. It's a bad day, at least for me. Good luck. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Ed. Are you talking about the whole sea in the live build? I'm curious to see how this will perform. Don't even hear this really opening up. Let's get decoupled and sort of start floating up here. In fact, actually... yeah, we'll leave that alone. Yeah! Oh, man, that was wild. Yeah, if anybody missed the last live stream, go to about the hour and 36, 37 minute mark to watch the epic conclusion to our whole sea testing. I learned what happens when you contact a drone at 500-600 meters a second. Was not pretty. Yeah, Yamez, I really wanted to make sure that people had a heads up. When I saw, because when I finally escaped in the comment, they kept trying to chase me down, but I was able to get away. And then I turned around and I kept hearing contact, 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 and I looked and there were at least 6 red names all hovering. Big Midge and Inope going after some of the players around there. And I was trying to pot shot them and distract them so some of them could get away, but I was just outnumbered. Crazy, man. They got a little salty in chat, I think, that I let everybody know that Grim Hex was on lock. Criminals be doing criminal things. Yeah, Ed, that has been my experience as well with my whole sea in live. That's why I've been so eager for this PTU testing, because it's definitely getting some love. There's definitely some improvements. Let's go ahead and activate cruise control so we can get out of atmosphere a little bit faster. Make sure it's on. Yep, alright, let me kill, or go into flight mode rather, so we can make this go a little faster. But yeah, live 402 with the whole sea is rough. I don't think I've completed more than 2 contracts in a row cleanly without partially submitting. By the 3rd one, something breaks. If you haven't seen it, I mean, now you're here with us as we're going to test this. I'm going to run through back-to-back contracts. They're going to be a little bit kind of low bar for what the whole sea can do, but the whole point is to test its reliability with the contracts. The stream yesterday morning, we got through 5 in a row. It was impressive. I was kind of blown away. I got a little too excited and then destroyed my whole sea, getting a little bit too crazy with it. So we'll see. And I hope that the improvements that I've seen in the PTU carry over to live when it actually goes live, because that'll be a really good thing for all of us whole sea pilots in a big way. Alright, we are definitely clear of Atmo. Let's go ahead and get over to Everest and let's look for that Port Tressler mission. Actually, I can go ahead and do that here. It was about 87k, I believe. And unfortunately, we're still in junior rank missions here in the PTU, but we'll get through it. So we got, oh no, it's Tisa. Can't go down there. Where is it? It was like 87k, I believe, from Everest Harbor to Port Tressler, if it's still in here. There we go. Oh, Baijini Point this time. Okay, that works. 90 skew to Baijini of Stims. So that is what we'll do. Alright, let's see. Everest should not be too far from where we're currently at. There we go. Nope, it's right there. Sweet. Got the quantum beacon. But yeah, what do you guys think? Anyone who's in chat, lay down your expectations. Maybe give me a percentage, or how many out of 10 do you think we'll get through before we have some kind of calamitous error. There's always that possibility that I will invoke human error, but I will do my best not to. I'm going to be a lot more alert and smart this time around. Oh, shoot, man. Sorry to hear that, Yamez. Yeah, they probably have their whole pirate org running through Crusader right now, trying to grab people doing copper and corundum. I tell you what, for my industrial fans here, go to Hurston. Pirates, criminals, they're lazy, man. They're going to go for the easy kills. Grimhex is right there for them to respond, so Crusader's going to be locked down pretty often compared to the others. Go to Hurston and look for, if you're doing the bounties, if you're trying to get like the Copper Corundum and stuff, do the VHRTs or HRTs, whatever you're doing around Hurston, because you can get Magda and Ita and stuff, and the odds of you getting interdicted and trapped there are much lower. There's always a risk, and I mean, if you really feel like getting away, I doubt any pirates are going to Microtech. There's just no reason. Wow, that was an instant blue grid. Let's go ahead and get her expanding as we slow down here. Make sure we don't run into anything. Yeah, see these little things floating around here, these drones and such, are what ended my last session. I will be very much on alert for these. Now, actually, Ed, if you are in the chat, man, let me know what you think about this grid. I'm pretty sure it's smaller, but I don't know if I'm crazy. But this seems to be a smaller box compared to what we normally have in live. That's what gave me the first hint that they're actually working on something. Or they're actually giving this some attention. Because the ship itself has been fine. It's just been the reliability of actually getting cargo on it that's been a pain. And there has been an update since yesterday's live video. So let's see how this goes. We're going to go ahead and go coupled to stop. Ooh, didn't register us to actually... Oh, it's because we're in cruise control still. That was me being stupid. There we go. We're stopped. Hands off the sticks. Let's see if we get that 90 skew. Commencing cargo transfer. Cargo transfer complete. So 90. Yep, we got a good chunk. Let's break away so we don't have any impound charges to worry about. And let's see. 1, 2, 4... Not mathing right, am I? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's 88. And 2 is 90. Yep. I mathed. Okay, let's go ahead and, yeah, okay, cool. That's what I thought. I mean, that's the first thing that stood out to me. I was like, that cargo box is way smaller than the one in live. And that got me excited, because I was like, oh shit, that means they did something. They're actually tweaking. But of course, those first PTO patches, or PTU patches, sorry, they were rough. I could barely play the game in any capacity. Ooh, geez, that turret. Man, alright. We're good, we're good. Let's go ahead and set course. Mark G, best way to avoid pirates is to do dogleg jumps past that don't intercept regular... Yes. Regular routes, exactly. I mentioned that in the spring cleaning video on the YouTube channel, if you guys haven't checked that out. Even if you're heading into Hurston or Crusader, and are going to go to one of the moons like Yeller or Daymar, don't finish the jump all the way to Crusader or wherever you're going. Stop the jump early, and then nav to your next location, whatever it is. Because I think these quantum snares, they only go about 20 kilometers. So if you dogleg or break it up, you can avoid getting trapped by these guys. And anytime you are going to land in a regular node anywhere, don't sit there. Full boost and get moving, because it's a lot harder to trap you or catch you or shoot you down if you're blitzing up to a kilometer a second. So criminal gameplay is definitely spiked since Pro-Tem's down. Bounty hunting missions are down in a big way, so it takes more of a vigilante spirit to get out there and try to protect the players that are getting hit by people. And unfortunately, not every one of them, not all the murder hobos went to Pyro. Most of them are. If you go into Pyro, you just got to be alert, man. That place is lawless. Expect to be targeted just for being there, regardless of what you're in. The doglegging tactic and getting around and making several jumps to not be in a direct path is even more important in Pyro, especially if you're going to try to mine or do salvage. You got to shake it up a little bit, you know, break the trail. It's really, really, really easy to avoid pirates if you just take a couple of extra steps. Yo, Lawless, what is up, dude? So, we'll see. Today we're doing the 10 contract challenge, is what I'm calling it, because I wanted to make a video. I was just going to make a YouTube video of me trying to do 10 contracts in the whole sea, but I figured, hey, if I'm going to do this, I might as well do it live. It's cool to have everybody along, asking questions, giving tips and advice, seeing how it's doing. We loaded up really well. It was a good load. I'm expecting it to perform decently. We had an update since we last did this live. So, Hopefully no regressions. Hopefully it's all positive. Alright, we got to get around ArcCorp now. Let's see which nodes are available. I don't know how close in it sent me here. What do we got? I could do a little skip this way. Just cut the quantum. A little tactic to get around the planet if you got something right in front of you. So a quick jump and drop. There we go. Readjust. There we are. But as far away as it is, you'd almost think it's actually on the planet. So we'll see how Vigini goes. Oh. Oh no, it is through the planet. Dumb. Alright. OM3. Actually, are we close enough to go polar? Going polar is always smart because you can avoid needing to go around several times. I wonder if I just boost up real quick, if we can hit that polar node and make this a lot faster. What is up, Scott? Good to see you, man. It's the mission failures that have stopped me from using my whole C. I'm very curious to see if they're fixed. Yeah, so I don't want to say they're definitively fixed, but I will say that my experience has been massively improved. I'm going to be condensing this down into a proper YouTube video that's going to kind of speed through the contracts, but that's another reason I wanted to do it live, because this acts as the integrity check, the test. Like, I didn't just put together a video making it look like it's fixed. We're going to do this live. We're going to be transparent. We're going to see how it performs. Yeah, it's going to take me a while to clear up that OM1 node, so we'll go ahead and just jump around. It's fine. Not really on too much of a time crunch, but I want to be pretty concise with this, you know? So we'll keep a tally. Let me know your predictions in chat for fun, guys. How successful you think it is. What do you think the odds are that we'll complete all 10 without fail? Yeah, I guess that's a simple way to put it. I was going to say like a caveat or anything, but yeah, let's just say, what are the odds all 10 contracts without fail? Give me a percentage guess in the chat. We'll see how close we get. If it is as improved as I'm hoping it is, and we see these improvements translate into live, every whole C pilot is just gonna be smiling ear to ear. It's about to be our time, boys. The trucker time. Alright, we are on night side. I'm gonna be making use of my scanners to really get an idea of what all's around us, because I am not gonna have a drone end our session. Validus, 8 out of 10 complete, or an 80% success rate. Alright, yeah, I like that, I like that. 4.1 is running a lot better with... Oh, I was uncoupled like an idiot. That's where we stopped. 4.1 is running way better than 4.02 for the whole C. I've had a lot of success. And by a lot, I mean I did 5 contracts without fail, which was nice. So when you're dealing with the whole C, completing 5 contracts, and that included a split contract. That included a contract where you had 2 different drop-offs, and it did it. You were able to go to both. It was one where we went from Everest to Seraphim and Port Tressler, and everything dropped off properly. Now, I'm not going to stack contracts with this test. This is going to be a single 10-mission consecutive test. Stacking contracts will be another test, because that has never worked for me in the whole C. I don't know if you guys have had any better luck. Sweet, I can identify all these turrets and know exactly where they are. Good, good, good. Another issue I found is when you try and call the cargo port, it doesn't work. Be able to work around by calling it from different MFDs. Yep. Mark, also, occasionally, if you're really not having a good time, sometimes you might be out of sync with your server. Come to a stop and get out of your seat. Like, actually exit your seat and go back in. And that sometimes seems to help. It seemed to help on the stream yesterday. Now, I did just call cargo from my hotkey on my stick, and nothing happened. I don't want to get too close and trigger an impound, so we're going to go through the MFDs. Just put it right here. It's our little nose tickle. So, yeah, this is currently not working. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to bring us down to about a meter a second. We're going to hop out of our seat. We're going to do the seat check. Try to resync. My biggest sticking point in using the whole C in the PTU has been just the consistency of the boxes coming out. But last test, they never failed to. It just took some effort. Let's move down this way a little bit. Let's cancel this. Let's go through the MFD, or sorry, through the actual comms this time. Bygenie Cargo, calling it. So Bygenie's having some problems because this needs to disappear. And it's not. So we might have some server lag. We'll give it a second, you know. This is part of the process. Have you been doing any PvP lately? I'm currently trying a new loadout, my F7 Super Hornet, Indy Bees with size 4 Omskis. They have a minuscule difference in projectile speed, just a slower fire rate. Yeah, projectile speeds kind of tend to be the thing that blends your build together because you're not worrying about having multiple pips. I just got 3 NDB 30s on my Gladius, which is a lot of fun. I actually just bought a Razor EX and a Saber Comet and did a full max stealth build on those to try out what it's like to use those. We're still struggling to... Oh, there we go. Okay, I mashed it a couple of times and it went through. All right, so yeah, I hit my hotkey like 4 times and the box appeared. All right, what we're also going to do is we're going to get a little sloppy. We're going to come in here sideways, like tilt it up like this. I know it's going to bug a lot of us who are picky about, you know, being straight and stuff, but I also want to test out how sloppy you can be to see how good this grid is. So we're going to come in here totally catty-cornered like a noob that doesn't know how to steer. And as soon as we got it, there we go. Hit the brakes. We're looking dumb. We're in here all sorts of crazy. Objective complete. See, this is weird. It says 88 out of 90. Okay, there's the last 2, the 90 out of 90. So it took them bit by bit, and the objective was updating. So there we go. That's our first mission. That's 1 out of 10. Let's not go straight into the station. That would be bad. It could do something about being able to see through that box. Alright, we just want to kind of get a little distance from the station. Be careful not to fling ourselves around too much just because of all the little drones and everything around us. Back up a bit from here. Alright, now we're going to search Bygenie. Actually, I don't have the warm and fuzzy by moving too much. There we go. We're going to set up our next contract. I really wish I had my ranking that I do in live. But, you know, we'll get there. We're going to go ahead and grab this and zip down. Another thing, man, I bet all of you space truckers out there just wish we had filters on our missions. Yeah, that quality of life improvement will be incredible. Let's see what we got here. We have Arc L2. I don't think we can do those. We need cargo grids, or cargo stations. Bygenie to Modern Express. Bygenie. Might have to do... We'll just go the other way. We'll go back up a bit. What's up, Matt? How you doing? Let me read up on this real quick. Just came from your Sell Everything video. You're a G-man. Didn't know that they white boxes as well. Awesome, dude. I am really happy to help people, you know, sell their stuff because there's a lot of goodies that are going to disappear. So ask me any questions you can about that. So that is the cargo, yeah, like Mark said, for the whole C. We're doing a whole C test because it seems to be a lot better now. And we're going to see just how reliable it is. We're just cycling through this myriad of friggin' contracts to find one that I just want to go from Bygenie on to the next, whether it's Seraphim, Port Tressel, or whatever. Hopefully one of these will pop up. It's so annoying trying to go through all of these. Everest Harbor to Terra Gateway, interstellar missions. This isn't organized at all. These are rookie, which I'd rather not do the rookies, but if we don't have a choice, we will. Samson and Sons, damn. That's not what we need. Riker Memorial, can't do that one. We need to stay up. Bygenie to Riker, Bygenie to Riker. It's gonna be the longest part is just getting the actual contract sorted. Somewhere in the middle is typically where all the station-to-station stuff is. If we have to, we might have to leave Bygenie. I would really like to grab Bygenie to another station, which all the Bygenies are right there. Now we're in the Lagrange points. Oop, what was that? Everest Harbor. Pyro, Arc L1. Mick, her crew. Arc 5, Everest. I missed one. Nope. Everest to Bygenie and Port Tressler. This is the one. This is the split that I did with the tin. Tressler to Seraphim. Tressler to Everest. Come on, give me Bygenie to somewhere, bro. What are you doing? There we go. Bygenie to Everest and Port Tressler. All right, we're doing a split one, guys. We're going to add a complicated order. 8 skew on a whole C. But it's part of the testing. Let's do it. We'll do Everest and then Port Tressler, and we'll go from Port Tressler on. That way we keep mixing it up. All right, let's see if we can get this cargo box to spawn. There we go. We got it. And it's right in front of us. And we went all catty-cornered too, and it was fine. We're going to do that again. We're going to come in kind of sort of sideways and down. Slow. Oh, shoot. I forgot lateral strafing is not very reliable in this, so let's get our speed down first. There we go. And we're in, so we're just going to go ahead and stop here and see what happens. We only need 8 skews, so it should load quick. Yeah, Cherry Tree, feel free to ask questions with what's going on in the whole sea and all. It's a big boat that we love, and we just want it to work properly. Waiting for it to load us up, I'll give us a little wiggle on the stick. Because you need to be completely stopped. Sometimes it doesn't register you're stopped. It's been better about that in this, but, you know, I've had to do an occasional little wiggle. If it's extra stubborn with our angle, then I'll straighten us out a bit and see if that helps. So, Matt, I don't know if I'd go as far to say that it's solid, but it's definitely not as squishy. You know, it's been better. The live stream from yesterday was a really good example that it is able to do missions back to back. We were able to get through 5 before I gave us an untimely end by coming in way too hot and hitting a drone at a station. That was totally my bad. We were on our 6th mission. Probably could have kept on going. That's what gave me the idea to do this 10 contract contest. Let me make sure I'm not being dumb right now and that we're actually supposed to pick up from here. Which I'm sure we are. Yeah, alright. Collect carbon from Bygenie, going to Port Tressler and Everest Harbor. Okay. I'm going to wiggle us around a little bit more. Just says unable to transfer so far. We're only 1 contract in, man. Come on. We can do this. We'll see just how much of a workaround we have to do to make this happen. Let me try the seat trick, just in case we're sort of out of sync. We're just going to pop up. Hop back in. It's like impossible to tell when you really need to do that and when it's going to be necessary. Cargo transfer complete. Look at that. All right, let's see. Did we actually get the boxes, though? I do see some boxes. Yep. All right. So, popping out of the seat. Fixed it. It resunk us with this... Resunk? Resynced? Resyncing? All right, cool. Moving on. Yo, what is up, Fen? Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait. When that pirate org showed up around Grimhex, having you and the Firebird would have been beautiful. Because there was like 5 or 6 guys that came out of nowhere. I bumped into a couple of dudes that we bumped into before. Inope, Big Midge. Who's new? Inope I've seen. He was the one that was with Tat, T-H-A-T, that one time. But yeah, their whole org seemed to take over. That's US Shard 220 Grimhex, which is currently locked down. So if you're in that server right now, be careful, guys. Let's see. Yeah, I saw 11 the whole sea content anyway. I have to hold space break to make it work usually. Yep. I'll do that. Typically, I like to go into coupled mode, which is my sort of janky parking brake, as I've called it, and give it a little wiggle sometimes because it'll still kind of detect you moving a little bit. But that time, we just had to hop out of the seat. So, all right, we got to go to our OM node first. Let's crank up our quantum drive. At least this thing's moving well because we barely have anything on it. It might seem kind of crazy to some that we're only running around with like 8 SKU on the whole C, but that's because this is a functionality test. Because if the grid boxes are working right and delivering the boxes and completing the missions, then, you know, in theory, an 8 should work just as well as a 3000. So we're just here to see. You live here and on Twitch? Yeah, Jerry Tree, I am, or Jerry, sorry, JM Cherry Tree. My brain got mixed up there. Yeah, I stream to both YouTube and Twitch. The YouTube channel is where I put the actual dedicated videos, where I'll do a condensed version of this video. I'm gonna, you know, cut out a lot of the quantum travel and everything and just make it a really tight video showing the 10 trips. That's all on the YouTube side, but I'm able to stream to both through Streamlabs, which is cool. This is an impromptu stream. I don't normally stream at this time on a Friday, but since I wanted to do this test, figured it's a good thing to do to stream it. That way you can see the whole thing. Nobody can say I'm gaming the system if I do say the whole C works, because if we all find out that all 10 contracts work, that's a really cool thing. You know, there might be a couple of workarounds, you know, like getting in and out of the chair or calling the cargo grid from different ways, whether you're using your comms unit, your MFDs, your hotkey on your bindings, like your stick or keyboard. You know, I think that that still means that it's working. If you're able to work around and get it to go where you need to and complete the missions, that's a success, at least compared to what we've dealt with. Got a personal question on aspiring streamer. Is it worth to stream on both? So I'm not making any money from this. As far as worth it goes, if you're wanting to do this as a career, I can't really speak to that. I do make a little bit of money from my main YouTube channel covering Tesla content. And the YouTube channel for Star Citizen is probably going to monetize in another month with the amount of eyes that are on these hauling videos and whole C stuff. But, you know, it's a grind, man. You got to be consistent with any kind of content. You can't take long breaks, and it's a slow growth. You know, you might occasionally have some viral videos. I had a YouTube video once hit like almost 300,000 views, and it was cool. You know, that was a pretty good month, but YouTube doesn't care. You know, if you don't keep putting out content, that 300,000 view video, it's cool in the moment, but it won't mean anything long term. So you got to know what you're getting into. If you enjoy it and you want to do this, it's totally awesome. In that way, I think it's worth it. Like, being able to geek out with y'all here on stream, seeing 20 people in chat just to watch me play a game is already kind of crazy. So it's really up to you, man, what you find value in or what worth it really means. It's kind of a long-winded way of answering. Yo, Chimkenborg, yeah, I saw you out in the verse. Good to have you, man. We're trying to get this whole C working. Or trying to see how it works. So far, we're on our 2nd mission out of 10. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, because who knows what'll happen. Navigate around here to Port... we should be going to Port Tressler. Whoop, that's 34 gig or 38 gigs away. Here we go. Oh no, we're at Everest first. This will be Everest Harbor, then Port Tressler, because I wanted to go from Port Tressler back. All right. Oh, let me keep up with the chat. Yeah, definitely. I look forward to getting out there in our Sabres or whatever we end up flying and encountering some pirates. That'll be a fun time. Let me do a scan to see where everybody's at. I can see the lights. We want to avoid hitting those. I appreciate it, Chimkin. Thanks, man. You also have an awesome day. And what is going on, Rowan? Good evening, good morning. If I mispronounce anybody's name, please feel free to correct me in the chat, and I will try to get it right. My brain will mix around all sorts of letters sometimes. Love the long-winded answers. Makes things clear. Thanks for the answer. Yeah, happy to help, man. The quality of your content will help you, and the quality of your content will help, and you speak well, and the quality is 10/10 so far, so it'll come. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that a lot. And I mean, honestly, I follow the advice of other YouTube channels that were kind of built to help you become a content creator. So if you guys are into doing that, look up Primal Video on YouTube or Think Media. And also vidIQ. They're great channels that help you get going, get started, what to focus on, you know, how to do thumbnails well, you know, focusing on the audience versus yourself, all kinds of things. And I mean, the best thing anybody can do if you're trying to get into content is just start. You know, you're not going to be great at it at first, but you get better, you're taking feedback, you grow. It's an adventure. There we go. All right, so I'm kind of like mashing the call button to get the box to spawn, but it's working, which is pretty awesome. What contract are you on now? So this is contract number 2. We are trying to, yeah, it's a split contract. I think, right, guys? Did I lose track already? Are we on contract 1 or 2? Who in the chat's been following along? I'm pretty sure this is finishing contract number 2. All right, we're coming in. I'm going to slow us down a bit. Are they doing a rep wipe with 4-1? They shouldn't be, Gibbles. As far as I know, the only things that that should be wiped will be any of the ammo, the consumable med pens, any crates you have of commodities. Not like the personal storage crates you buy, those should persist, but like if you have like copper, corundum, goodies in your holds, like those will go away. I don't know if we're going to get a ship's component wipe. I know that with the issue that was going on with people duplicating stuff, they did a wipe on components, so you might have to rebuy your quantum drives and everything after this patch. Missiles and all, I think. Actually, I don't know. Missiles might persist. It can be a little weird. Sweet. That delivered quickly. We can move on to Port Tressler now. I did a video today on YouTube. It's called Spring Cleaning. And thanks, Validus. I'm glad somebody's keeping track. We're in the middle of contract number 2. In the spring cleaning video and in the comments, I break down some of the things, or the things that you can expect to be wiped. Your things that should not be wiped would be your money, your ships bought in game, gear like armor and stuff, like, you know, helmets, backpacks, guns. The ammo is going to be wiped. Your drinks, your food and drink will be wiped. What else? Like med pens will be wiped. You know, attachments for mining, maybe, like your gadgets and your modules, but I'm not 100% on that. I don't know if my my buddy Fenn's still in the chat. Maybe he can tell you guys too, or put that in there. But it's the stuff that's normally wiped is what you should be able to expect to be gone. I really hope that rep doesn't wipe. That would really suck. Be back on that grind all over again. I guess I'm kind of used to it doing that in the PTU, but that would be a bit of a bummer. I took your advice and went around and sold everything I had lying around. Awesome, Matt. Glad to hear it. Yeah, I ended up having all the stuff that I moved around was roughly 3 million worth. I want to say, oh no, not quite, because then I submitted a supplier die contract for 3 million because I had like 94 copper and corundum. I basically made about 5 million doing my spring cleaning, as I call it. Modules stay, armor stays, rep doesn't wipe. Awesome. Yeah, all the physical things like armors, backpacks, helmets, I think even guns that you buy should persist, but the ammo for those guns, maybe even the attachments, I'm not sure, like your sights, your flash hiders, silencers, all the components that add on to it. It can be a little tricky to keep track of what comes and goes. But our money and rep, the ships we bought, like I should still have my Hull C and my Razor and my Saber Comet, hopefully. I'll be a little sad if I don't. At least if I have the Hull C, I'll be able to make all the money to buy everything else again. At least if it continues to perform like it is. Yo, Albert, what? I just asked you on your last vid what days you stream. Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, my streaming schedule is going to be in all the YouTube videos. My actual schedule right now is 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays, Eastern Time in the U.S. Occasionally, I'll do an impromptu stream like this that isn't really planned. I'm not going to be going super long today. The goal is to get these 10 contracts done, and then I'm going to go hang out with the wife, spend some time with her. I ended up last Sunday having like an 8-hour stream, which 4 hours I can justify, I think, you know, on a weekend, but 8 was a bit much. It was a lot of fun chatting with everybody and doing this, but man, that time went by. Yeah, consumables wipe excluding missiles. Makes sense. Yep, that's what I imagine. JM Cherry, it's crazy to me the Hull C is almost half the price of the Reclaimer and 3 mil cheaper than the Valkyrie. Wait, the Hull C is cheaper than the Valkyrie? Are you kidding me? I mean, I know military ships are more expensive. I am kind of surprised when you look at the price of some of these ships now, like the $47 million Hammerhead, that the Hull C is only $16.5 million. Maybe that's because they know it doesn't work all that well and the price will go up once it does. That'd be kind of messed up, I guess. I'm not complaining though. I was really happy to be able to buy this for $16.5. Took a little grinding, but we got there. I basically did it with stacking hauling contracts because that is a very lucrative way to play. All right, let's see. Do we got to go through? Yeah, we do. We got to go to the other side of the planet. All right. It'd be so nice if the navigation just remembered to only highlight the orbital nodes we need to go to instead of bringing everything back on screen. Hopefully that gets handled in the near future. Yeah, it's 16.5 million for the whole sea. I'm not sure how much the Valkyrie and stuff is. Back when I last looked at the Hammerhead, it was only like 14, like 12 to 14, but now it's 47. So I've lost track of some of the pricing on some of the ships. But yeah, the whole sea is 16.5, and I am really glad that it isn't more. Just spent 44 mil on an A1 last night. Oh boy. Well, that should be fun though. That should be a really capable combat ship. Our buddy Captain Kuza got his hands on a M2 Hercules, which has been a lot of fun. Valk is 19 mil. Okay, that's not as bad as I was thinking initially. I thought it was going to be a lot more, just based on the context of the statement. That's my bad. All right, I'm like so paranoid now of running into those little purple drones that ended me on Thursday morning stream. And that looked like a random scan of a Polaris that just popped in front of me. That was really weird. Alright. Got a visual on everything, looking good. We're going to hit our cargo. Oh, instantly got it. Awesome. And there it is. We'll redirect our thrust. Now, our thrust vector indicator, I always like to try to keep it off of vital spots. Like this is a little sketchy right now. I don't like what's happening. I'm going to just keep boosting us in between the station. That was really weird. I didn't have like any vector control there. Woof! Throwing this whole sea around like it's a medium fighter. I don't recommend this. We are doing a boost turn. We're coming in way faster than I thought. So yeah, while discussing exactly why I put the thrust vector indicator where I said, that way you don't just slam into a station. If you put that little knob where your ship is going in the clear, you're going to be okay. I'm sorry, A2, I already had an A1. Okay, I was going to actually ask, because the pricing sounds a lot more like what you would get for an A2 versus an A1. I was a little surprised if an A1 was that expensive. But, like I just said, though, I'm not really abreast to all of the pricing changes, so I could have been wrong either way. Oh yeah, just to show it off, we are running the Dusk livery, I believe, in the Empyrean paint pack, which I really like. Very dark industrial look compared to the Bombora. Alright, let's get in here and get this over with and get on to our third mission. There's so much crap floating around here that I'm extra nervous now after blowing up yesterday. Microtech's looking good. What do you mean obstructing? We're going into our parking zone. Thank you. Man, these impound police are crazy. Alright, we're in. Let's go ahead and park it. Oh, give a little wiggle. Bam, done. Mission complete. Moving on to the next. Alright, we're just going to flip out of here. Give ourselves a little spin. Slow down a lot so we don't go too far away. About, 10 meters a second is totally fine. Let's get back in there. What's up, Lead Storm? So you actually just came in with our second complete contract out of our 10 contract challenge for the whole sea. It's gotten a lot better in the PTU, and I'm just here to see just how good it is, how reliable it is. That's the main goal of today's test. That's why I'm doing so many back-to-back, even with small missions. It's a reliability test. And there we go, Port Tressler, but that's to a local area, so we can't do that one. Port Tressler. All right, these are all the local Tressler spots. Scroll down a little bit more. I'll get the next contract and then get over there to load and get back to the chat. Man, CIG, give us that filter, bro. Filter, filter, filter. We need it. We need several filters. Hurl 2, Arc L2, Crew L1. Everest. Port Tressler to Seraphim Station. Let's go. 21. Let's see. Let's do a little rep check. Let's see where we're at. Rep is halfway through Junior. Yeah, you don't get to real good whole sea cargo until experience, so I don't know that we'll really be able to touch that today with what we're doing. Alright. So I'm just kind of tapping this a few times. Some double taps. Okay, double taps are working really well to get these boxes to spawn. So if your MFD is not working, if you have the cargo loading request bound to like your keyboard or a flight stick or a controller or something, double tapping it today is working really well. Single taps back to back weren't really working, but the second I double tapped it, it called it up. And there we go. That one was A purple drone right there. That's what ended me. Because I decided I would back into it at like 500 meters a second. I don't recommend. Alright. The boxes are pretty forgiving too as far as how you land in here. It's just the whether or not you're moving thing. So, I'm hands off. Cargo transfer complete. We'll give it a quick look. I can see the goodies on board there on the top spline and the starboard spline. Alright, let's get out. Put that thrust indicator nice out there in the open space. And I'm going to set course to Seraphim Station. And we are officially on contract number 3. Bit of a longer jump, but this Erebus quantum drive will get us there real quick. Going between these stations, likely a lot less chance too that you're going to get interdicted by pirates. And again, we're also in the PTU. There's kind of a different breed of player in the PTU. Not as many murder hobers and pirates. There are people that are going to playtest those game loops for sure. But it's pretty good for this sort of thing. Let me get caught up on the chat here. Onshiro, what's going on? Day's going really good. I'm happy to be testing the whole sea again. I really love his ship, and I want to see how it does in the new update coming up. Matt says, I've got a Valk sitting and waiting so I can upgrade to the Galaxy when it's finished. Oh, man. Yeah, between the Perseus, the Galaxy, a lot of boats. I'm thinking about this Ironclad, guys. I might need to try to make that happen. Separate question. Can you put the small scoop boxes you can carry inside another box? Good question. I don't know if anybody in the chat has hit that or been able to answer that. To clarify, Cherry Tree, do you mean like the smaller canisters you can hold, like the personal ones? Can you put those into a bigger personal skew box? Because I think so. I don't know. I've never done it, so I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. I want to offload a bunch of Atlas Geo boxes into a 1 skew or 2 skew box for easier transport. Is that viable? Man, I wish I could tell you. I have never tried that, so I don't know. I hope somebody in chat can maybe give you that answer if anyone's ever tried something like that. Oh, he's back at it again. You know it. Wait till we got to manually load all the boxes on by hand. So, given the expected use of the cargo elevators, the vertical outdoor cargo elevators, I think the tractor beam, the 32 skews over onto our whole sea won't be so bad. I've offloaded a whole sea that got bugged in live with the tractor beams, and it was actually kind of fast, you know, time went by. It probably took me like 20 minutes. If you're junior rep, do you get any earned rep if you do lower rookie contracts? Yep, Gibbles, you sure do. It's just going to be, you know, I think less and less as you rank, like you would expect in any sort of leveling game. So, like, junior is going to give me more experience than rookie, but rookie is going to give me experience. It's just going to give me that little bit of experience. What do you think of the whole D&E? I think they're really cool ideas, but man, I don't know how they would even be practically used without the Quanta system and the full economic system and probably a few more star systems. Because this is already an insane ship, over 4,000, like 4,608 SEU of cargo. If even 10%, even less, if 1% of players were running around with this whole sea, it would shift the economy in all sorts of places. So there's a lot that needs to be done on an infrastructure level, but I think the idea of them is insanely awesome. Like, I would jump at the chance to be at the helm of one of those big ass ships. That would be so cool. I'm thinking he means a 1/8 skew box into a 1 skew box, which I do believe is possible. All right, Frisk, awesome. I don't know. I can't confirm just because I've never done it, but that would be sweet if that's actually possible. Have you upgraded your quantum drive, or are you running stock? No, I am actually running the fastest non-military drive, which is the Class A civilian Erebus drive. Its acceleration and all is so insane that it's actually faster than the Agni in testing. If you guys want to see, I keep referencing it. My buddy Captain Kuza and I did a drag race with his M2 and my Drake Caterpillar. I was running the Agni, and he was running the Erebus. And we went from Magnus to Terra, or Arc L1 to Terra. We did a 92 gig jump. And the Erebus was the victor, even over 92 gigs of travel, which was awesome. So I can say that, I mean, just like the Chimera basically destroys everything on the size 2 category, especially with cooldown rates, which is a big deal. The industrial quantum drives have massive cooldown rates. So the Huracan, the Agni, the Colossus, you know, their cooldown rates are a little rough. The Atlas for size 1, the Hemera for size 2, and the Erebus for size 3 are definitely the way to go. Unless you get your hands on a military quantum drive. The VK00, the XL1, and the TS2 are the kings, but I don't have any military quantum drives in this build. Or even in my live build. How long have you been playing Star Citizen? I have been playing since 3.4, and I want to say that was either 2019 or 2020. I've been following the game since about 2014, 2015, but I didn't have a PC. I was in the military, and I had a little Xbox 360. I was playing a lot of Sea of Thieves and watching videos on Star Citizen, just dreaming of the day that I'd be able to play it. But yeah, I've been playing this for a few years. I love it. I've definitely contributed to the development of this game. For anybody who's curious or understands the titles, I am almost a Space Marshal. I'm currently a Grand Admiral in the concierge status. So I enjoy this game a lot, and I care about its development. And I look forward to doing a whole lot of testing. Alright, and this will be the completion of contract number 3, which is really exciting. I'm going to watch our speed. We're cruising in just under 400 meters a second. We're not going to be going too fast just because we don't want to risk blowing this thing up again. Multi-system cargo haulers. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that a lot. Question for you. I'm looking for a cargo ship that can do medium and large cargo runs. Currently, I only have a C1. Oh, so I am personally a massive fan of the Constellation Taurus, which you can rent to try out. It costs 8 million AUEC in-game to buy. We're in double tap. Oh, double tap didn't work. No double tap? Okay, that time it did. Alright, where's our box? Where's our box? It's kind of transparent. Can be a little hard to see. I'm going to keep slowing down because we're still at 200 meters a second. There's our box. So, the reason that I like the Taurus so much is it can fit 32 SKU boxes with 24s in there as well. You can even stack a third one if you really want to in the middle. And it has extremely good firepower. 24 size 2 missiles and 4 size 5 weapons. So I will do bounties with them, all like VHRTs, and grab the cargo off, and you know, I'll use it for hauling missions because it has the best ship's tractor beam in the game. I am very biased. Though I'm very much a Drake fanboy, the RSA Constellation Taurus is my most used ship in the game, hands down. Aside from that, there are some other good options. Like if you want to do purely cargo and you don't care as much about firepower, the Zeus is really good. I really love the design of the Zeus as well. Now, these are going to be in the 128 to 170 cargo range. You can go up to a Star Lancer, which my buddy Fen has, and is an amazing ship that does about 220 SKU and has 4 size 4 pilot guns. It's a badass all-arounder. The Corsair is a fan of, or people like the Corsair and the Andromeda as well, but they're a bit more military focused. They have about 96 or so SKU, I think, like the Raft does. There's Inner Hype. Yeah, I knew he was going to pop in at some point. Yes, that is our resident Misc fanboy, as I'm the Drake fanboy. And yeah, the Star Lancer is a great ship. There we go. That's number 3 completed. Weird. 20 out of 21. And are we going to see it? There it is. 21 out of 21. Okay, so it was a little weird, but it completed. Yeah, I'm over here dealing with this darn Misc Hull C when I'd rather have a Argo or Drake counterpart. I'm just kidding. No, my first love is my Prospector, so I can't even dog on Misc. I do like their ships. Alright, let's back away and make sure we don't get impounded. And let's get this next contract started, which will be, I believe, number 4 is what we're going into out of our 10 contract challenge. So far, so good. How great would it be if everyone could use their Hull C? I swear, I make so many dumb rhymes with regard to this ship. It's going to speed this process up. Where the hell are we? We're at Seraphim. Okay. Oh, look at that. Seraphim to Port Tressler. Well, let's see if we can get a slightly bigger. That's 56. It's a junior, though. I mean, Port Tressler to Everest. Oh, this is a double collect, double drop. All going to Everest. Let's do it. Double collect. So Seraphim and Tressler, and then all of it going to Everest Harbor. Okay. I like it. I like it. So we'll collect here, and then I think we collect at Tressler is what it said. So, double tap. There's our box. Oh, where's our box? What the hell? It is kind of transparent, so it might be right in front of me, and I'm just not seeing it. Where's our docks? Hang on, let me go external. Might help me a little bit here. Is it on the other side of the station? Is it going to make me go around? Oh, nope. It's really transparent. It's right there in front of the clouds. Holy cow. Super transparent. Look at that. There it is. You can kind of see it once it breaks off the atmosphere. But when it's like with the pink clouds of Crusader behind it, you could not see it. There we go. Ooh, slow down. Coming in a little fast. Alright, so we've done a double drop off. Now we're going to do a double pickup, which is even more exciting because that means that it's able to handle multiple stops, multiple cargo grids, interacting with the splines, which is definitely an issue I was having on the live build. Let's see if we're able to get this loaded. And I will get back to the chat. Cargo transfer complete. Just make sure we should have about 7. We got a single there. How is it judging where it puts these on? Is it just a single on board? That's not good. Unless it's only one from here and then... Oh, server error. Oh, lovely. Does this count if this makes us fail? I guess we'll look at the chat. Hull B one day. Yeah, the Hull B will be awesome. Which is easier to load with medium cargo? The C2, Herc, or Cat? I'm trying to go between the two. So, Gibbles, I am a Cat pilot, a Cat fan. I love the Cat, especially for hauling, because those 4 bays are fantastic for separating different mission drop-off points. A lot of stuff. There are some videos on the YouTube channel of me using the Cat, and there are going to be a lot more. I am pro Caterpillar personally. The C2 definitely carries more. You get a lot more out of it. You can grid a lot more 32s. And the Caterpillar, you can't grid the 32s, but you can fit 8 32s on that ship just fine. Really comes down to if you want it just to be easy and purely cargo and just get it done, the C2 is probably your best bet. If you like the rough and tumble and separated modular style of the Caterpillar, it's an incredible ship. I use it for bounties and all too. I love it. Oh no, we got a server error, so I don't know if I can go third-person view anymore. Sometimes we lose that command. Can I get out of my chair? Okay, I can. I'll have to see. Yeah, I've lost the function of F4. Let me see if I alt-tab out. Because of the stupid... Oh, no! No. Damn. I know! Go! Boost away! Stupid impound police! Come on! No, you're not supposed to be impounding me. I gotta wait. Dude, that's so lame. Well, this is gonna make this kick a little longer. What's up, mouse click? Yeah, I decided to have an impromptu stream with the Hull C. I'm trying to wait to see if we get impounded because the cargo police were mean. I hopped out of my seat to see if I could grab the rest of the cargo. I guess let's look real quick. Did we get any? Yeah, we did. We got a 2 and a 1. And is that it? We didn't get anything else? Damn it. That's only 3 skew out of 7. It still hasn't registered whether or not it's impounding us. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with the fine and all. If we can continue our mission and do what we need to do. I'm just wondering if it's actually gonna... Okay, it was delayed, but it registered us leaving. Awesome. Can I call up another box? I'm not getting any inputs. We're having some major server lag on the PTU right now. Let me try hopping out of my seat again. That server error, man. I wasn't expecting that. That doesn't happen too often in the PTU. It's not in my experience. Everything else has been functioning really well. Being a fan of the Prospector, what are your thoughts on the Drake Golem? I am actually really excited about the Golem. So, I don't think it's going to be better or even hold a candle to the Prospector, honestly. But I want to see what it can actually do, like what that bespoke mining head can do. I don't know how I feel about not being able to customize it or change it out, because whatever that laser head can handle is all it can handle. There's no way to see if it'll be able to step up. Alright guys, I'm going to try to quantum out to get rid of the box icon that's in front of our faces right now, because that is going to be an issue, I think. Because I don't think we got all the goods. So, let's do that real quick. We're just going to do a quick quantum over here to see if we can kind of break away from the landing grid crap and then come back. The server error kind of got in our way, which is annoying because it was going really well. All right. Are we going to get rid of that commencing cargo transfer thing? Damn it, man. This is the part that sucks. Is like I think that's bugged out just because of that server error. Let's see something. I'm going to see if I can, if bed logging is possible again on the whole sea. But yeah, no, back to the Drake Golem real quick. I am excited to use that. I'm excited to see how it pairs with other Drake ships. And if we're going to be able to buy those Drake ore pods, which are really cool. I like how they detach. I really want to use it. I want to mess with it. I haven't seen it in the PTU. I think it's, I don't know how to get my hands on it personally, which is frustrating. Living quarters. All right. We're going to see if we can bed log. All right, lay down. I'm rather sure they said it could swap heads to everything except for the arbor. Yeah, I guess we'll see. Because I'd heard it was bespoke. But, again, I haven't had the chance to actually try it. I really want to. Oh, we can bed log. Let's go. All right, so if we successfully bed log and come back in, I'll actually... Damn it, if it would register. Oh, that's what people meant. You have to look lower to get that to work. There we go. We got it. All right. So, let me know what you guys think. I don't really consider this to be much of a failure because we got that server hiccup. I'm going to ditch the crap that is on the ship and just pick up where we left off, and we'll see what happens. Cool Instruments is the name of this shard. Oh yeah, new load screen you guys can all see. That's kind of annoying. Bed logging is disabled in the sea, I think, but I have found with the cargo box is to wiggle yourself to the center. Yeah, so part of my testing too today, Mouse Click, is to see just how sloppy I could get. Earlier I went in like all catty corner and sideways and real sloppy into the cargo grid, and it worked well. It loaded everything on right. This was actually kind of the first issue, and it happened as a server error was happening, which is why I'm kind of bothered. Like, I don't think it was actually the cargo grid's problem. I think the server messed up, because it's really often, or common, when you get a server error like that, I lose the ability to go third person, I lose the ability to do all sorts of stuff, and I don't really blame the whole C functions for that, because that is a shard-wide, or server-wide problem. So now, I am just gonna, oh, actually, I can do it while we're up here, because we're by the turret. I'm gonna yank that stuff off. Whoa! Jeez, caught the ladder. Funny things are happening. All right, we're gonna pull all that crap off. We're gonna start another contract, pick up where we left off. I think we're going into contract number 4. Yeah, and I would consider this more an issue with the PTU as a whole than the actual whole sea itself. Let me know what you guys think, though. Maybe I'm being a little too generous. All right, let's. We need better contrast for those boxes. They're really hard to see. Yeah, man, I totally agree. That was a nightmare. And apologies if I get a little behind on the chat. This is actually more people than I'm used to having, which is pretty cool. Let's go power on. Where's our remote? Give me my remote. Alright, maybe I can just tab into it with my key bindings. Damn, I can't. What's going on here? Oh, let me check my power allocation. That's why. There we go. Put power to our tractor beams. I don't really care about life support. What is your malfunction? This isn't supposed to happen. Disabled. Oh yeah, so as far as the bed logging goes, I found out you have to look a little bit lower because there's a get up kind of thing up top, and then if you mouse a little bit lower, there's a second get up, and then if you right click, you get the bed log option. It's really weird. I hope they clean that up. Gibbles, I in live earlier. I called a ship and it gave me. Sorry, I called a ship and gave me a claim. Waited 6 minutes to get back. Called it again. Brought it up on a lift. Oh, Gibbles, there's a workaround that you'll really like here. So it happens to a lot of people. It's really annoying. What you do. Call your ship up, count 3 full seconds, and then store the ship from that same terminal, and then go to your hangar because it should instance your hangar. So again, from the original terminal, call the ship, wait 3 seconds, even 4 seconds, and then store it, and then go to your hangar, and then call your ship up from your actual hangar. That'll work. Yeah, life support should actually already be off. Yeah, let's see. Oh wait, I think I know why. Because I think we're still in flight mode. I think that's an issue. I don't know if you can use the tractor beam while you're in flight mode. At least that's my guess. We're going to try that, though. I'm going to go put us back in a... Okay, that was a little jarring. Put us back into SEM. And then we can get going here. Actually, I might just end up... You know, there's only like 2 boxes. I got a tractor rifle. Let's just go do this manually. Wasting valuable time here, man. Oh. Yep. That's still a thing. It doesn't remember that your ship's supposed to be open. Son of a... Alright. I'm going to see if I can open the splines, but it probably won't register. I might have to actually dock and call the ship back out. So, yeah, when server errors happen, this is one of the things that really annoys us as whole sea players, because it just adds so many more steps to the process just to get back to what we were already doing. So, alright, when you bed log, the splines close. Star Citizen, there's a workaround. Yeah, always. In many places, even when you're just logged in, you can skip lobby ASOP entirely and go to your hangar. That is true. I have gotten lucky that my personal hangars have been instanced before. We got a message on screen here. Cargo transfer requested, awaiting your arrival. So we're still getting that box, which isn't great. Alright. Let's see if we can open her up. Nope. Oh, damn it. We're going to have to detour and go dock now. Which isn't great, because last time I docked this thing, it blew up. We made it into Contract 4, but it genuinely wasn't the whole sea's fault. That server error in the PTU jacked everything up. Where are we at? Seraphim, right? Is that the closest? Hold up. I think we're at Seraphim. Yeah. We should be next to Seraphim. It's alright, man. We're going to work through this. We're going to keep going. This is all part of the experience. I'll go through the pain so you don't have to. Alright. Who knows? Maybe in Quantum it'll open up the splines. That'd be really cool. There's a really good chance, unfortunately, that when we try to dock this ship, we're going to go pop. Yeah, life of a sea pilot. You got that right. Let's try that again. Let's recalibrate everything. What I mean by recalibrate is I'll do a power pip reset if things are acting weird. Just to reset all my power allocation. That usually fixes it. I was hoping popping into Quantum would take care of our spline issue. I should have noticed too, up in the top left, you can see your orientation or your configuration. In fact, I don't think we were actually in the pilot seat yet. What is going on? I don't see anything around me right now. It's all loading in. Really? Wait, is that it? No? What? Nav. Not Everest. I gotta one-track mine. Seraphim Station. Let's try again. Where is it? There we go. There she is. Oh yeah, still very far away. Yep, the Maggie C. Maggie Carpenter after the runaway bride scenario. Man, we've had some fun. I'm gonna need to make a little YouTube video of just like the stupid moments that happened with this ship. That's what got her the name, because I went out to actually offload like we were about to the extra components and stuff, or the cargo, and didn't realize that she was drifting at probably 2-3 meters a second. Doesn't sound fast, but compared to a human EVAing, that's really fast. And she drifted off ahead of me, and I couldn't catch her, and that ended the stream. That was maybe the Thursday prior, or was that Sunday? I can't remember. But that was funny. Alright, now we're going to do a regular docking request. Once we get close enough. We'll get our docking node. There we go. Let's see, I don't know where it's going to want to put us. It's being a little stubborn. I'm going to slow down. Wait for it to process. Let's see, I want to try it through the MFDs. Let's try hopping out of our seat real quick. What if it had been full of cargo? Would you have lost the cargo? So, actually, what we're trying to do is something I'll show you. The cargo's still there, but it's kind of like when you have cargo in one of your ships and you call it up and it's not there, it just disappears. The trick is to restore your ship immediately, don't do anything with it, and call it back again, and the cargo all shows up. That should happen with the Maggie C here after we dock, if we don't blow up when we dock. Which I think the problem we're actually having is this cargo box text message that's still on screen. I might have to go over to Crew L1, which is my closest and most used station to dock, because it's not wanting to here. Try a few more times before we actually call it, but let me try from our actual comms node here and see. Seraphim Station, docking. Yeah, Seraphim Station's not happy right now. Alright, let's try going over to Crew L1. Why is our nav messed up now too? Might just be the PTU server in general. I might need to see if there's an update that's causing this to play like crap, because sometimes that'll be the case. But I really want to dock first, because the last thing we want to deal with is a claimed hull C. Cordoris can work at his docking ports, but not cargo loading. It may, I don't know if I'm brave enough to risk that. I heard from somebody at some point that Orison was a no-go, but that might have been just for the cargo portion of it. Alright, let's see what happens here. It might be doing this weird thing where it has to register me closer to the planet first. What are your thoughts on item recovery on death? I'm for it. That way you're not wasting time suiting back up. Also, I think it'll cut down on everyone having tons of suits and items in storage. Lawless, I actually completely agree with you. I especially noticed that when I was doing my kind of sheriffing, my PvP, because in the PTU when I was doing bounty stuff, if I died, I didn't have to take off that stupid hospital gown and resuit up and go back to the ship. I was just able to go back to the ship. The quality of life improvement was pretty awesome. And man, it just does not want to take me. All right, we're going to do a little quick jump to Misc L3 because for some reason the nav is just mad. It's not wanting me to go to Krill 1. We're dealing with some extra sassy Star Citizen right now. But it's okay. We're used to it. We're pros at this. Oh, kicked me out of the movie gardens. Oh, to quote Elon Musk, success is not guaranteed, but excitement is very likely. Alright. Now we can... Man, why? And it was away from Crusader too. It wasn't even blocked by Crusader. Jeez. Krill 1, I've lived with you for so long. Why are you treating me so harshly? And Yamas, I ran into a disuse like this in live. I had to make sure my tractor beam was off and had to have at least one pip in my life support. Yeah, or issue. Makes more sense. Sorry, I should have guessed what you were trying to say there. That was my bad. Yeah, most of my issues with the ship not working right or something going weird, whether my radar's dropped off, my quantum's not working well. If you can just remember, when it comes to weird things in your ship or power, when in doubt, hit F8, which is your default keybind to basically reset power allocation to everything. And for me, it's always woken up my radar, reactivated my quantum drive. It's a lot of... If it still doesn't work, it might be damaged. Because I've had that. I took damage from a missile that actually knocked out my quantum drive, and I had to slow boat it to a repair station. But usually, resetting your power allocations with F8 will fix most of your wonky ship power issues. You know, somebody was asking me if the whole sea was broken or just like the missions. So this is a valid criticism. This is something I do think is broken. This spline issue. It not remembering what state it should be in. Because when we bedlogged and came back in, it needed to remember that it was extended with cargo on board. We're going to basically wake it up by docking and undocking if we don't explode when we dock. So it'll basically be the same kind of method where you're storing a ship and bringing it back out to get your cargo to appear. And I've had that work in the past. It just... That's something that needs to be fixed. And yeah, Lawless, to touch on the excess suits and all too, I think that's true. I think it'll be a resource saver, you know, this item recovery thing. I know some people, probably more in the PvP murder guild type crowd, are mad about not being able to take stuff from the players they kill. Which to some extent I can understand, but you can still take all their consumables, all their ammo, their med stuff and everything. It's just not the stuff they have on hand, which I also kind of like because some of us have some really cool subscriber gear or things we got in game that we never want to wear because when we die, we lose it. There we go. We got our docking port. That's what I wanted to see. All right. So I'm going to try to speed through this. Thanks to Kerbal Space Program, I'm actually pretty good at this docking thing. And it's mostly auto dock once you get close enough anyway. Problem was last time, I think I got 2 lined up. And it tried to auto dock without me actually starting the auto dock procedure. And we went boom. So we're going to give plenty of clearance to this boom here. All right, I'm going to start braking, strafing to starboard. Or actually yawing to starboard. Because you're always going to dock on your port side with the hull C. Alright, now that we're over here, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of generally close our distance. I kind of know the way we're going to need to be oriented, so I'm just going to get us close. Alright, fingers crossed, guys, that we don't blow up. Because that's what we don't want. Alright, as we're coming in, I'm going to slow us down to about, 7, 8 meters a second. We're going to get all these aligned. Pitch, yaw, and roll. There we are. Beautiful. Now, it's our numbers in the middle there that I don't... Yeah, you can't zoom in on them. We want to bring those down. So... Is it forward? Yep, forward is going to reduce the Z-axis. We're down to 20, 10. All right, I'm going to start hitting the brakes there because I don't want it to go too far. Now we're going to come in to reduce the X-axis. Quite a bit because we're pretty far out. So we're at negative 80, negative 70, 60, 50. Starting to get proximity. You're fine. 40, 30. Now you can start to see the box on screen. So I'm going to inch us forward just a tiny bit to bring our Z-axis down as we're coming in. There we go. I'm going to slow us down more. Our alignment's a little off. This should mean we have to strafe down. There it comes. All right, I'm actually going to go coupled here, and we're going to go ahead and let it try to auto dock. There we go. All right, please don't blow up. Please don't blow up. Please don't blow up. The most money I've made in a single hull C run is actually the 700,000 contract. Because I did have like 2 of those actually complete. I did one for 711K and one for 698K. And that's about 20 minutes of your time. Like, the whole C is going to be an amazing moneymaker, and that's in the experienced rank. Wow, look what happened, dude. Okay, the second we docked, we have a whole lot of weirdness. I'm not going to mess with any of that. We're going to go store the ship and bring it back out and hope that all that fixes. Because this is part of the issue. So we're here. Let's go. It's all learning experience. But yeah, I mean, once you're in the experienced rank, which is 2 ranks up from where we're at now, we have junior, then member, then experienced, then you have senior and master. I'm a senior rank in live, like very beginning of senior rank, and it seems to be pretty similar to experience as far as quantities and money. But yeah, single contracts pay out 700K. Like this ship, if it works reliably, is gonna hands down be the best moneymaker there is in the game. Nothing's gonna compare to it. Bounties, mining, salvage, nothing. It'll just require you being a space trucker. And I love these docking nodes and where these are sitting. But alright. I am really happy we docked without blowing up. We'll see. We're basically doing a prolonged workaround citizen right now. We're going to store the ship, call it back out, and then hopefully the splines and cargo as everything is in place properly. We're going to break away from the station. I'm going to throw away those boxes, and then we're going to get another contract and keep this party rolling. Please store it properly. Oh, it did. All right, I'm going to take the second to kind of catch up on chat a little bit here. Let's see. Oh, cool. I'm not too far behind. Another thing that is fixed odd errors for me is to turn off main power and then do flight ready. Yep. It's the tried true method of just turn it off and turn it back on again. 100%. That's part of my troubleshooting process as well. You can also take any weapons or armor they've looted and put in the backpack. Yep. There are definitely some looting aspects to the item recovery thing. I think it's largely a really good thing. And I agree, I understand from a PvP aspect of it, especially coming from Tarkov. Oh yeah, my buddy Finn played Tarkov a lot. But this is a completely different game. I agree. I think it's the right step in some balancing, especially, again, just quality of life with regard to being able to just get back out there and keep flying. So, there we go. We're back to docking port 2. Let's roll, man. I'm still going to keep track. We're still technically going into contract number 4 out of 10. I am going to try to complete 10. We'll see. Time is going by. But what did I just do? Docking port 2. Getting distracted, chatting with everybody. I am just naturally kind of quirky and dumb with a lot of stuff, so I hope you enjoy that sort of thing. Because I'm just going to be me, man. Now let's see here. I want to see that our splines are out. So where does the whole sea go when stored? We don't ask that question. Why would you ask that question? Okay, we're still very weird. We still have, like, engines not where they belong. Our splines are out. Our aft splines are not out. I hope that when I put the ship together and take it apart again, everything works right. Oh, man, she's all Frankenstein. This is... What? What is... It's fine. It's fine. Nothing to see here. It's all fine. I'm gonna miss being able to loot murder hobos when they try to... Yeah. Hey, I mean, I think we all love our revenge on the murder hobos, man. Are we, like, not even properly on here? I almost fell through. Oh, what is happening? Good gosh. But it doesn't have a dimensional floor or disappeared into. Or just dumping their gear and throwing their bodies somewhere random. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Definitely. That's one of the reasons I like doing some vigilante work and going after the criminals, because they're kind of used to just getting away with stuff. So it's kind of fun to put the pressure on them. Alright, we're going to request to break away.
Hello, how can Misc help you today? Systems on.
I'm just hitting N, which is my undock button. Alright, we're going to do our troubleshoot. We're going to turn it off and back on again. For some reason, I am, like, sideways in my chair, like my character's drunk or something. And this is very much a scary thing to see. The splines are not fully out. There are guns floating in empty space. Okay, I think undocking procedure is started. Maybe. Maybe not. I'm like terrified right now that something crazy is gonna happen. Darn it, man. Let me go. Oh, 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 oh my, oh my, oh no, oh god. What just happened? We are partially in the station now. I am... I'm just gonna burn. What is... This is why you keep a hat on. I'm pretty sure the station just took my ship back. Oh boy, yeah, this server is not liking it. And unfortunately, in the PTU, man, it's like the only server there is, and this is happening. I'm a ghost. Yeah, dude, you can't stop me. I go right through that station. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Medrin, you're so right. They're like, yo, you're having a little bit too much fun with the whole sea. Now I guess we just got to see if it's in a claim status or not. Because when it goes purple like that, it usually means like it got destroyed.
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
It is destroyed. All right. So, plan B.
Welcome to the ASOC.
Why don't we do some hauling in the Caterpillar to get some experience while the whole sea does its thing. We'll deliver here. We'll go to Everest Harbor and claim the whole sea there. Or, because I was thinking about just running the stacks I usually do over at Everest. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Alright, and this is the trick, by the way, for, I think it was Gibbles who was having issues with his ship. So, now that we're, ship is spawned, and giving it 3 to 4 seconds, we're going to go back in and store it. Alright, so can confirm we made it through 3 contracts. We did not make it to 10. So, we're going to run a couple of contracts in the Caterpillar. And then we'll give the whole sea another try. I'm tempted. Everybody only gets one. I'm also for them bringing back item recovery on ships for insurance for weapons and armor. They had it at the beginning of 4.0 but got rid of it. Otherwise, what's the point of an armory on a ship? So, claim time on a whole sea, expedited, is 15 minutes. So, it's a bit of a wait. It's a little longer. You know what? I think I am just going to go ahead and, for the sake of time, we're just going to go ahead and claim it here. And we'll do some hauling missions in the area. Because I really want to do more hull C testing. That's the whole point of this. I wish it was actually delivered. So 45 minutes regular claim time, 15 minutes expedited. Where's our cat? Let's bring her out. She's got the stock quantum drive, but we're just going to run with it. 3 is pretty good considering how much they hate people using the ship. Yeah, you should have saw the live stream yesterday. We got 5 missions done in a row. Like, the server was behaving really well. So far, in this server, the cargo and everything was all behaving just fine. Our issue started when we got that server error, with which I bedlogged, and then our ship registered as closed, and the rest is history. So, learning experience. When you bedlog right now, your splines will definitely close on you, and that is not fun. Yeah, we got our tractor rifle, so we're good. Actually, let's see if there's a mission coming from Krill 1. Why not? We're here. We'll make use of these 15 minutes doing some hauling stuff. Seraphim to Krill 1 and Krill 4. Krill 5. Alright, so we're collecting from all of the crew locations and taking it all back to Seraphim. That's not too bad. Probably some decent XP. Krill 4 to Everest and Seraphim. I kind of want to stay pretty local, so I was trying to see if there's anything from Krill 1 though. That one mission kind of counted. Arc L1. Because usually there's like a Krill 1 straight to... Oh, that's going to Port Tressler. Oh, there we go. That's actually pretty cool. Let's do this one. We'll go to Tressler and back. There should be plenty of time. There she is. The Caterpillar with the working elevator doors. We gotta see if the invisible wall thing's still a problem. So let's do that. I'm gonna bring up the cargo and then see if I can use the ship's tractor beam to pull it out. We're doing some more playtesting. Oh, surface elevators. That's something I wanted to test, actually. Surface cargo elevators have been a problem forever. Hang on. Sorry, guys. Something more important. Delivering from... Oh, look at that. Krill 1 to Krill 4. Seraphim, Krill 1. I want to see if there's a way to... like going down to one of the moons. That's what I want. Seraphim Station, Seraphim Station. Krill 5, Krill 1. There's all the Krill ones. We want that solar medium. Do we have any... That's interstellar. Is there no planetary out here? Or... moon stuff? Oh, there we go. 100 skew from Krill 1 to Seraphim. Why don't we just do that? That makes more sense. We won't do Port Tressler 1. I was really hoping to hit one of the moons, because the external cargo elevators have been a problem for a hot minute, because they would just freeze up and not actually move. Bajini Point. I think I need to go to Seraphim to maybe get one that'll go to a surface station. I'm not sure. Man, darn nose won't stop tickling. Bajini Everest. Seraphim Station. Alright, yeah, so all these ones from the crew station don't take me to the moon. So yeah, we'll do this one to Seraphim first. Let's see, and it should separate it by mission. You could do having 2 whole C's for when you're testing making content. Yeah, no joke. I might need to do that. I just got to save up enough to actually make that happen. I think there was a potential fix for freight elevators in the most recent patch. They said that the PTU had an issue where cargo, pyro, switches there. Freight elevators were seemingly functional though. This is the 4.1 PTU, David. Yeah, we're specifically trying to test those things out. Direct solar medium hull. I'm gonna make sure I get the right one. Shoot, because are these all titanium? Son of a... Wait, aluminum, titanium, titanium, titanium. All titanium? Okay, that's how we'll justify it, because I don't want to pull it all up. I also don't want to abandon the other contract just in case it actually affects your rep in the PTU. So all titanium, not the one with titanium and aluminum. Copy that. Did it bring the elevator back up? What are you doing? Oh, you're stupid. Why'd you do that? Yeah, the cat elevators currently don't work in live. And they're kind of a gimmick, you know, if we're being real, with regard to the PTU as well, because they don't stop in the middle, which is frustrating. So we're just going to bring up this one mission's worth. Alright, that should all come up. We're going to see if we can reach it with the ship's tractor beam, which is... I don't even know if it'll be in the right angle, because it's way over here. So maybe not. Let's see if I can reach those. We can! Oh my god, can I reach all the way in the back? What? Okay, the invisible wall bug might be resolved, or at least it is for now. Alright. Oh, and you're pleased to know that I have got a Razor Basilisk V3 on the way for the free moving scroll wheel, which I'm really looking forward to. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna pop in here and just shove this stuff out. At least most of it's in 8 SKU boxes, so this won't be too long. Can I type on Twitch chat, or is it a bug on my end? You should be able to. Matt's been typing in from Twitch. Hopefully Twitch is doing well over there. Quality, ability to text, or chat, sorry, send messages. Let me know if it's acting up. Being able to go up into a bay from any door, though, is still nice. Yes, yeah. I don't want to be overly harsh. Being, like, the Caterpillar was one of my favorite ships in the game. And being able to use those elevator doors is incredible in just that. Oh my god, come on, push forward. I look forward to it being able to stop in the middle piece. Oh man, this is so annoying. I don't know what is going on lately, but like trying to push things out with my tractor beam, it's been like fighting me, which is really frustrating. It's like my mouse knows I'm getting another mouse. But I'm also just glad to see that they're working on the cat. I'm glad to see that there's stuff happening because the cat needs some love, man. It's a great ship, but it definitely needs a few quality passes for sure. All these guys try to take care of tingly nose. Got some allergies today. Try not to be gross on stream. Alright, move these out here. I would have preferred cargo ramps. The mouse I have, I got with the keyboard, and I picked them up because they can be linked to 3 different devices at the same time. Jeez, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, I've been using the Razer Death Adder Elite for a while. It's a good little mouse. But finding out that there are mouses that have like a free moving weighted scroll wheel is awesome because I won't be constantly flicking my finger forward to move this darn thing. And if you bind it to any other key, you only get like a 0.1 meter distance per click, which is brutal. Yeah, hell, by the time we finish the Seraphim drop, the whole sea should be ready. So we're getting more experience, man. We're moving. Moving slow because of this stupid tractor beam and mouse. I feel like it's less the game, too, and maybe more an issue with my scroll wheel on my mouse. It's really weird. Like, you can see how it's abruptly stopping, and if I try to scroll fast, it, like, doesn't move or it stops moving. Of course, now that I say that, it's actually just doing what it's supposed to. Go figure. This is where ship's tractor beams do come in really handy. And, I mean, I would use the cat's tractor beam if it was actually positioned properly. Like, when we drop off and everything, I position myself in a different way. If you see my videos on YouTube or any of the other streams I'm using the cat, you kind of know what I mean. I'll park to where we're a lot closer to the elevator, and we can use the tractor beam, and everything is much smoother. Do you think the Ironclad will be the end of the cat? I don't know. I gotta be honest. My cat-loving inside wants to say, how dare you ask me that question? But it's a valid question. Now, I think it'll be also answered by price point too, because I've been kind of spoiled having the Taurus and the Caterpillar and some of these other ships. When I've had people that are asking, like, hey, they're just looking for a ship like a Cuddy Black with 60 SKU, or somewhere between, you know, 50 and 150 SU of cargo, where I'm thinking much bigger. I think it's a different category altogether. I think it'll be the next step up for cat pilots. I'll tell you what, from me personally, I am not melting my cat to buy the Ironclad. If I can melt some other ships I have that I don't really use, or maybe even some paints, and get enough in-store credit to justify it, I might get the Ironclad. I would definitely buy it with in-game money as soon as it's available, but that's the thing that is kind of shitty, is that you know it's going to be available with real money for a while, and I'm gonna want to play test it. But it's also not cheap. It's like $400 or $500 for that ship. So I have to be able to melt a lot of stuff to make it justifiable for me. Not making money streaming video games yet, so I can't really go too crazy. But I mean, you know, I guess my honest answer, I don't think it'll end the cat. I think it'll definitely take the limelight from the cat for a while, because it's the new shiny thing, and it's going to be really crazy. It would probably do better, honestly, if it had external cargo, because I think it's 1,500 internal cargo, and it can't use the whole sea's cargo grid. But I guess you can still technically onload. See, this is why I want one, because I want to test, and I want to answer all these questions and figure that out. So I will try to figure out some way to get my hands on one. Yeah, and Medrin, I've said it over and over and over again. I have talked till I'm blue in the face about the Taurus. Oh, I still have that weird-ass ladder in here, damn it. You gotta careful on that. I love the Taurus. It is my most used ship in the game. The Cat's my second most used, but that's mostly because of bounties. Like, I do bounties in the Cat. The Taurus is just a bit better of a mix when you're dealing with medium fighters that are escorting the VHRT targets. But yeah, the Taurus is an incredible boat. We're gonna do that. Drop all the doors. If you're wondering why I jumped all the way to the pilot seat to do that, I'm so used to the buttons on the doors for the Cat not working that it's kind of muscle memory. So that's why. Yeah, I've got a problem with ship paints. When I got the Hornet, I bought every paint there was for it in the pack. I really like being able to customize stuff. And there we go. Yeah, our elevator doors are down. So I don't even have the Hammerhead yet, but since I plan to get the Hammerhead, I already have the paint pack for the Hammerhead. So between my obsession with customizing stuff, you know, who knows? I might have enough for the Ironclad when I factor in maybe the ships I'm not using. I have an extra Gladius, which is really dumb. I thought that I permanently lost my Pirate Gladius when I got my Zeus. Long story short, I didn't. Now I have a second Gladius. So when I melt that, that's about $90 in store credit. So yeah, I'm hoping that I'll have enough random crap to be able to get it. We'll see. Yeah, man, as far as Cat owners melting for the Ironclad, there definitely will be some that do. 100%. I bet most of the content creator streamer crowd either will get the ship through other means or will happily melt their stuff to get it, because they're just going to want to be able to report on it. I'm not really chasing that mindset so much. This is more like a day in the life of an industrial player, essentially. But I do want it. I want the ship, not going to lie. But we'll see. We'll see. I really wish it just hit like in-game stores at the same time it hit real money store or the pledge store, because I would totally use the whole sea to get my hands on an Ironclad. Probably would have to put off the Hammerhead. Let's see, trying to stay on the chat while I do this. Yeah, and there'll definitely be people single manning the Ironclad too. Yours truly might be one of them, not gonna lie. But I also have a couple of other Drake boys in my org that'll probably be happy to do it. And some of you folks that are on the Captain Deadwake Discord might like to jump in and do that. If you guys are interested in joining that Discord, I will put the link in the chat once we get moving to Quantum on this. As we pull this in. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that, sure. Hey, at least I'll have a way to experience the Ironclad one way or another. That's really nice of you. Alright, let me move that in there. You know, see, this is another thing that I'm realizing. Ooh, I like using the elevator door of the Cat to stand out farther to organize, because I'm standing in grid space. Oh, this is why we need it in the middle position. Some of the things you learn as you're playing with it. My Reclaimer might fall into an Ironclad. Yeah, if I had a Reclaimer, I might do the same. I love industrial gameplay in general. Mining, salvage, and hauling. Mining and hauling a bit more. Hauling probably the most. I probably would do the same, though. Reclaimer would probably go bye-bye. Use the Atlas, which you tractor onto the Cat's loading platform. I want to do more play with the Atlas. It's not been the smoothest experience for me, especially with using the Cat. I understand it functions a lot more sensibly with the Hercules, with the C2, even the Zeus, or maybe even probably any ship that just kind of has a general ramp versus the modular style of the Cat. Alright, let's pull this titanium in. Atlas Geo probably won't be too much in game once it's available. Yeah, the Atlas is, they're like what? Usually like 40,000 AUEC or so. Not too crazy. Oh man, see, at least we can take the elevators back up, but I really like having that elevator there to move around my ship, to store more stuff. It is what it is. What's up, Dante? How you doing? We're waiting on our hull C to come back because we blew it up. Well, no we didn't. The station kind of took it and blew it up after a server error janked it. Yeah, see what's going on with that floaty box? That's my scroll wheel. That's whatever's happening there. Okay, that was weird. But hey, it went in. You have the Ironclad Assault. Ooh. Very nice. Yeah, the Ironclad Assault I think is the more expensive one. That's supposed to be around 500. I think the Freighter one is around 4. But I haven't looked at the prices because I'm trying to avoid it, so I'm not so tempted. But I don't think that's really going to work. Alright, we'll put these other 2 boxes off of port side where we can slide in the little 2 skews. I think they're 2s. Yeah, it's a 2.5 ton, which is a 2 skew. Cool. We'll throw it in there. That was a little sloppy. Whoopsies. And, oh, that's a 4. Damn. Alright, so we got to put this in another module. I think I had issues using the Atlas with the cat, but it wasn't as bad as the C2. And I normally load my cats from outside. Yeah, I typically will actually like stage from the outside, and then I'll hop up into the cat and pull everything in from up there, which I might have to change that. I might have to change that method with the way these elevators are structured for now. And I'll just have to get used to a different functionality, which is alright. It's no problem. There we go. I do like this, though. I like that we're able to... Wait. I'm getting ahead of myself. Got one more. That would be really annoying. Don't want to forget the last little bit of the contract. There we go. Yeah, this part, though, is really nice. Being able to just go... Whoop. Okay, close. Yeah, open and close are both there, so you gotta make sure you hit the right button. But being able to go back into the Caterpillar from any elevator... Beautiful. I love this part. I just wish it would stop here, and then you close it all the way. But I'm sure they'll make that adjustment in time. I'm not worried. Alright, we're going to go ahead and take this over to Seraphim Station. And then we should be able to get the whole C back out for a couple more contracts and see if we can have some success. Now that it essentially will be fully reset. Because I genuinely, I know I've said it a few times, I don't blame the whole C for what happened. That was a lot of server error jankiness that just went the wrong way. Let's turn the ship on first. There we go. Request to leave. Oh, I don't have our MFDs set up the way I normally do in live. I'm going to have to change that. There we go. Alright. 535 for Assault, 400 for the Freighter version. Makes sense. Ironclad Assault, 535 for Concept Base. Ironclad 450 for Concept Generally. The price of the ships when released go up by about 30%. Yeah, that tracks. I guess we'll see what ends up being. So far, I've had no issue with which others have had. Loading is far quicker. For Rowan, what do you mean? You've had no issues with other, like the Atlas? Is that what you're talking about? All right, let's go Seraphim Station. The original Ironclad will be out quite a bit before the Assault, though. Yeah, that's what I understand as well. What are we doing? This way. Yeah, we got the wrong contract selected for our tracker. That's why it looks weird. So let's do this. Not too far. And actually, for the sake of being able to show everybody, let's see what our rep is at. Alright, we are kind of right up to the G here, in between the R and the G. So now we are going to abandon the other contract. Make sure it's not the one we're currently on. This one here. Let's see if it hits our rep. It did not. That is still pretty much right where it was. So, as of 4.1, abandoning doesn't seem to hurt your rep. Partial submits under a certain amount still will, but abandoning seems like you're in the clear. Oh shit, you're totally right. That was bounty rep. Well, our junior rep is still pretty high, so I guess we're probably fine. God, I'm an idiot. Thanks, man. That totally was bounty rep. Oh, I should have noticed. It said senior guild member. Yay. I'm making mistakes. Whoopsies. Oh, boy. Well, based on how high our junior rep is, I think it probably still is the case that our rep doesn't go down. Alright. Man, compared to the whole sea, this thing feels like a medium fighter. I do love the Caterpillar, man. I'm sure the Ironclad's gonna be sick, but it's really hard to ever imagine myself parting with this ship. No way. Is that real, Edric? With the closure of the LA studio, all members of the Chairman's Club Concierge will be getting a replica of the Connie artwork that hung above Chris Roberts' desk. I will be hanging that up in this studio if I get that. That would be insane. Oh man, that would be really cool. I hope so. Alright, here we go. Seraphim Station. A station that caused us all of our problems in the Hull Sea. Yeah, by the time we drop this off, that Hull Sea claim time should be done. So we can zip back over there, grab it, and get back to work. See, this is the part that'll all be cut out of the Hull Sea video. Now you know. Alright, let's start reducing speed. There we go. Oh, artwork in game. I guess that would be really cool too. Yeah, it'd be sick to have like an actual artwork replica in real life. But yeah, I guess they wouldn't be able to have enough if I'm actually using my brain with regard to that. So that makes a lot more sense.
Landing gear down.
Oh, that's right. I don't have the speed limiter on for landing gear in the PTU. That was almost bad. Alright, now we'll kind of land more how I usually do when I'm delivering cargo. We'll drop our doors. We'll angle towards the numbers here, and we'll just drop down. That's about as simple as that. See, what this does is it puts you... we're a little bit farther than we need to be. I'll actually get us a little bit closer there. But yeah, this is what I normally do. Kind of pop in right here. You're angled facing the cargo elevator. It just makes it a faster process to unload, offload stuff. This time around, we will make use of the ship's tractor beam. I think I might be able to just throw this stuff up from up here. Just need to throw it just outside. Man, see? Gosh, what is going on with the tractor beam? This dumb, like, backwards floating. Okay. There we go. Move that. Come on, you pain in the butt. What are you doing? Alright, we'll go lower first. Push that out. Okay. Alright, let's just get down, because we're struggle busting a little bit here. Son of a bitch. I'm so used to the elevator door being up. Oh, we still have that problem. Dang. Well, at least we can just ride this back up and then have to open it again. Oh, like the whole module drops down? Why? Oh, because we hit open. Damn it, you have to hit close. There we go, now we're moving. You quit making noise. See, this is what's annoying, because I don't think... Can I just stop it from here and make it open? Okay, cool. So yeah, you can interrupt it. If you need to open it back up, you don't have to let it fully close. You can just go back and hit open to stop it from doing that. Alright, let's get this done, man. Get out of here. All of y'all, get out of here. Let's go. Off the bus. Let's get moving. Come on. Got places to be. Whole seas to fly. Get out of here. And then we just got the 2 and the 4, I think. So this one and then the one in Bay 2. I don't know why the tractor doesn't get across here. Would help a lot with not grabbing the wrong boxes. I totally agree. Sometimes in game the crosshair seems to be there and other times it goes away, which is really frustrating. How the Carrack will be... Oh, with the cargo doors coming down on the Carrack, right? Yeah. The Carrack is an annoying one to loot as a bounty ship. Actually, let's go up this way. Darn it, that ladder. Ugh. Anybody else's cat? Well, do you guys, if you play in the PTU, do any of your cats have this weird, messed up ladder? It's so funny. It's the only one that's messed up. I checked all the other ones. They're fine. Alright, we'll use this real quick to throw everything in. I haven't had issues grabbing on-grid boxes in a cat from outside. Wow, no way. Yeah, I have always had issues with that in this thing. Power off, power on. Remote turret. There we go. Alright, let's roll. On really rare occasions, it would actually let me grab something from the outside, but maybe like 1 or 2 boxes, and then before you know it, we were stuck with that same issue. Got some frame drop going on with this. Yeah, see, this scroll out is working much better with my VKB. Alright, let's get these things off the doors. If the boxes are contacting the ship, it can cause really weird things to happen, so we want to avoid that. So there we go. There we are. A little more to the right. That'll work. We got plenty of room in that large hangar, so I'm not worried about it being too organized. Yeah, that's the annoying thing that I had to deal with the Carrack. Anytime I was trying to loot it from VHRTs, you'd try to pull out a 16 SKU box, and it would always kind of catch and then slant. You gotta lift it up, move it over a little bit, talk sweet nothings in its ear, you know, buy it a snack, give it a back rub, and then maybe it'll come out of the cargo hold. It's... Gosh, sometimes if I have a Carrack, if it doesn't have enough on it to justify me getting out of my ship, I'll just blow it up. If it's got like 50 or more copper, then sure. Especially with the supplier die, mostly I'll do that. But if it's measly, I'm just going to move on. It's not worth it to me. Now, with a functional hull C, getting a bunch of scrap can be actually really useful. And it's pretty good money. You know, it's about 1,700 AUEC per SU. So, we'll see how that goes. I've never tried taking cargo that I've looted from a ship on a hull C and actually like dropping it through a cargo grid into a station. So I don't even know if you can. Maybe some of you guys have tried that? Alright. Let's go ahead and submit this and get back to our hull C and continue the fun. And I believe everything's gridded. We're going to double check. I tried moving some tin around my Carrack in the PU. Found out I couldn't fully load each pod, and it had to be unloaded in a very specific order. Makes the cat look much better. Yeah, the cat for me is definitely sort of like the king of organization, queen of organization, however you want to say it. Because when I'm doing a lot of my loops, you know, I'll have a single drop-off destination in each of the modules. So like 4 places, and it just makes it a lot more efficient, more organized. I'm able to put things exactly where I need them and then get out of there. The Taurus is a little bit harder with that because you only have that one single cargo box. So what I typically do is the last place I'm going to go to, I put in the very back of the cargo grid. That way with the ship's tractor beam, I can just grab whatever's in the front and drop it off at the first place and, you know, rinse and repeat, which is pretty good. The cat's organizational ability is pretty amazing. I'm curious to see how the Ironclad is in that regard. I have not looked at anything on the Ironclad. Okay, I don't want to actually activate that button press. There we go. All right, we're in. Let's see if we can not fall off the ladder. Nope. Well, kinda. Come on. All right, back to Crew L1 and our whole C. After all the talk about melting ships for credit, I decided to go through my account paints and stuff I don't use. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about, David. Look at that, look at that. You know, that's a good chunk. I don't know if I have that much in it all, but it's like, you know, over years and years of playing and accumulating stuff, you never know how much you might have sitting around, and that could be some good ship money. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go through my hangar and see what I'm not really using, ship-wise and all, and yeah, man. See if maybe I got enough for an Ironclad of my own. You bought the Perseus from scraping your paints? That's incredible. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a bit of a paint fiend when it comes to any ship that I want. Like, I got all, like, 3 or 4 paints for the Razor and the Saber Comet that I got today in-game. I have a problem. I recognize this. With Taurus and Starlancer, I've just stacked direct missions going to the same location, but lately I've been working on Supplier Die. Yeah. I basically did an 8-mission stack around Everest, going to Casillo, Farnsway, Sakura, Kovalex, and Tisa Spaceport, and I would take waste from those places back. It was about a million AOEC loop that I would do in an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on how gung-ho I was, if I was more chilling or if I was really trying to run through it. And before I knew it, between that and Supplier Die, I had all the funds I needed for a whole sea. But I knew the state of that ship before I even got it. I got it for the sake of testing it, because I like doing that sort of thing. So for any of the content creators you've seen that have gotten mad and given up and melted their whole sea, that won't be me. I got it specifically for the science of playtesting it. So you can count on me to test it with all the craziness that happens in between, and we'll just have a good laugh. I definitely don't recommend anybody use their actual in-game money to fund trade routes like we did in the old days. There's just a really good chance that you're gonna lose all that hard-earned money. I think hauling missions are the way to go. My Ironclad cost me about $250 thanks to a year-long CCU chain. Oh, nice. That's basically half off. That's pretty good. Yeah, there are certain ships I won't get rid of due to sentimental value and everything. Ooh. Oh, man, I don't know if I do this. If I do what I might be thinking, it will get rid of my Taurus, but I can buy that in-game if I really want to. Alright, so I haven't talked about this with anybody, but this might actually get me the rest of the way to the Ironclad. I have the Guttok Rylan on order. So... Oh, I love the Taurus. But hey, to each his own, you know. I'm curious, what don't you like about it? Well, I just brush off that I might actually consider melting my order for the Guttok Rylan. Oh, man. I've wanted the Rylan for a while, and the Rylan actually gives me a rented Taurus while I wait for it. So, oh, that's fair. Yeah, I've been flying Connies for a long time. I do bounties in them and everything. I fight with them, load with them. I've gotten to grow and love that ship. And yeah, I'm waiting for the Rylan. Who the hell knows when it's gonna hit? And that was a decent. I ordered it when it first went on order. I don't even know how much that package is worth, but just maybe, guys. Maybe that's the move. Maybe I melt the Rylan. Interesting strategy, Mark. That's good though. You know, I kind of, yeah, I think things that are less than 10 mil, you can get that in game pretty easily enough. So for me, my general rule nowadays is I wait till I've bought it in game. I've earned it in game. That thus grants me the permission to buy it for myself, to keep it, so that way it never gets wiped from my account. That's always been my justification. The problem with that in this regard is that that means I would still have to wait for the Ironclad, because it's not going to be available in game for a while. Like, what is it, like 3-4 months after its first release that you might see it in game? Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna have to do some soul searching on whether or not that's gonna be worth the melt. Shira. Yeah, it's the Rylan is really cool looking. It's a fraction of the cargo capacity of a ship like the Ironclad. Really cool alien technology. Definitely a pure cargo hauler. 320 SCU of cargo. And who knows? I mean, it might be something where I just buy the Raylan again in the future when it goes on sale at maybe one of the ship events. Because I'm sure with Invictus Fleet Week, with the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, with all these things, we're going to get the chance to order it again. I mean, there's no way we wouldn't. That's kind of where I'm at with it after thinking about it for like 3 minutes. I have a problem that like when I get fixated on a goal, I tend to stay fixated on it. I don't know, man. Yeah, the Rylan is going to be really fast. It's probably going to be the best medium hauler. It's probably going to be better than like, you know, the Cat and the C2 and everything else just because of its speed. It's a bit less. It's about half the cargo capacity of a C2. I don't know, man. I don't know. I definitely got to do some soul searching. Yeah, Alien Week, exactly, Matt. Yeah, I bet the Rylan goes on sale during Alien Week and all. And yeah, damn, this is gonna work at me. I'm such a Drake fan. Like I was planning to take the money I was gonna melt on the second on the second Gladius I have and get the Golem. I'm getting the Golem for sure. Just that's gonna be a cheap boat. I think it's meant to be like a starter boat anyway. And I want to play with the Golem and mess around. Looks like we took some damage. Maybe we got some meteor impacts. That kill count's outdated. I've got a lot more criminals on my list. I need to increase that. Alright, let's go jump back in the whole sea and have some fun. Yeah, with the Rylan, you know, it's a completely different cargo structure, like with the triangular boxes versus the square. It's gonna be interesting, dude. I'm curious to how that's gonna go. Alright, so I'm already hit the store button on that. We're gonna wait for that to come up. And while we're waiting, I can scroll through the chat here real quick and see. I might miss a few people, which I do apologize. Really appreciate having everyone in the chat right now. Well, if you saved up enough money in game, technically you were capable of buying it in game. It's just not there. Yeah, that's a good point, David. British Goes, hey, what's up, man? I've been watching a lot of your videos, and I just wanted to stop by and say I think you're a legend and should keep up the hard work. Well, thanks, man. That means a lot. That feedback tells me that I am doing something that the audience actually likes, which fuels me up to keep going. I was telling a couple of my buddies that I noticed there's not really any dedicated kind of industrial content creators that focus on these kind of ships that we all love. And I'm just excited that there's been as much traction and attention and involvement. That's really cool. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to definitely keep working at it. I love doing this stuff. You also don't want to have to pay the alien tax again. Alien ships are marked up significantly. That's more good points. Rylan would also be available during IAE when pretty much every ship will be available. Yep. I like to see a medium large ship from Kruger. There's a Kruger light fighter in the works. Alright. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little mad, guys, when that Argo mech suit came out. That's because Argo did another mech suit before that, and then a flatbed truck. I want Argo to make me a mining and salvage ship and a medium to heavy freighter like a Caterpillar. I want more boats from Argo. I don't want more trucks and suits. I love Argo, but I'm not buying any of that crap because I want ships. No, I mean, I'll get that stuff too because it's fun, but when I heard that there were like the Drake mining ship and an Argo mining product too, like my brain got, like I lit up. I was excited. I was like, oh my god, am I finally going to get my single seater or my single pilot Argo mining boat? No, it's a freaking jetpack met suit Atlas on steroids. Gah. Yeah, kind of a catch-em-all kind of thing. Well, I really like the mining gameplay, and I want to see how the Drake Golem meshes with everything else. I like it as a little ship. It's pretty cool. Just like the design of their drop ships thus far. It's a good price point. Be good. LTI token. That's a good point. Didn't they show off the new mining ship from Drake recently? Yeah, that's the Golem, the little single-seater. Stealth Vulture and Stealth Golem in my Ironclad Assault. Yes, please. Saw a YouTube vid on it yesterday. Yeah, so the Golem is apparently in the PTU, but I think it's still like an Eva Cardi status, or maybe they're holding it for the wide drop. It's not available in my terminals. I've looked for it. I don't know if there's a special way to get it, or maybe maybe if I become a more well-known content creator, that'll happen, which, sweet. But I've been watching video. I watched Evenlease's video on it. I like his stuff, his ship reviews. They're really cool. I saw a guy who was live streaming it the first night that I I think it was Wind Talker in our Discord. Oh yeah, actually, while I'm thinking about it, since we're hopping into the whole sea, let me shoot you guys an invite to the Captain Deadweight Discord, where we're going to basically have all of our industrial friends being able to get together and have a good time. I'll go ahead and drop this link in the chat for everybody. Hopefully that goes through. Oh, they removed the golem. Damn. Well, I missed out on it. Yeah, okay, Evacardi would make sense. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if they didn't really plan to, or they were trying to do like a little sneak peek and then pull it away from us to fix some things that might be an issue or whatever. But yeah, there's the Discord link, guys, if you want to check that out and hop in. I've got it set up to where it'll be, you know, able to group up little things, you know, space trucking, salvage stuff. You know, this Discord is for all of us industrial players and for people who want to be kind of vigilante protectors of the industrial world as well. But as it grows, we'll be able to, you know, get people together and crew up the bigger ships and have a good time. So, I see a bunch of people hopping in. It's awesome to see you guys here. Hell yeah. Alright, we're trying to get a couple of more contracts done. I'm going to give myself another hour. We're gonna cap it at an hour from now. We're going to say 1800 or 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern, so I can spend some time with the wife and not get too carried away. So we're going to do as much as we can with the whole sea in that time. And hopefully no more server hiccups and we can just have fun. We can't pick up from here, so we're going to set course for Seraphim Station and have at it. I really think, server error aside, that she's going to do great. Let's go. We're back in the whole sea. This is the first live stream. Well, we got landing gear down still. I'm so used to docking her. This is the first stream where we've actually had the whole sea blow up and get it back out in the same play session, I think. Progress. Alright, let me get the Discord out of my sight so I can see everybody's chat still. But awesome to have anybody in who joined. That invite will be up for a while, so if you got friends that like this gameplay too, you know, send them over that invite. It's totally cool. British Ghost, I can see you on here. Do you mean in Discord? Or... because I see you on YouTube. Let me see what's going on. Sneaky pirate who jumps in there. Wait, jumps in where? I saw the Origin 600i ad they did. It reminded me of Tesla. Oh man, Lewis, it's hilarious you say that because I've actually related Origin to kind of like a Tesla vibe. Like my Model 3, I've jokingly called it the Origin M3 because I'm just a total geek. That's funny that you say that though. That's awesome. Or the Cybertruck though, Cybertruck. It's definitely Robert Space Industries. That thing has Connie design language, RSI design language all day. I'll call it the RSI Cybertruck. Pirates would love a Discord full of industrial players. Yeah, they would promptly be kicked out if that's the case. That's true. But these industrial players, we don't play, man. I actually have a separate channel that'll be designated for I'm calling the ISF, the Industrial Security Force. Eventually we'll have enough people in there that if we get like an alert that there's pirates locking down a choke point, we'll get the ISF together. We'll get a couple of people that have a Polaris or a Hammerhead, and we'll go clean out those pirates. Make them feel the pain of pissed off industrial players. That's kind of my vision, at least. Might even have to make an org dedicated to protecting industrial players. Yeah, I love the images that relate the Cybertruck to like a recycling bin or a dumpster. I've often jokingly called it the ugly steel door wedge. I love the technology in it, but it is a wild looking vehicle, man. It is crazy. Alright, let's go. Seraphim Station. Let's try that again. Getting to stations is a little bit more annoying than I'd like. See, now, alright, see, this is how it should be. Highlighting one orbital maneuver point and then getting to your station. So this is the northern polar point. Oh, Mark G, my man, see? Yep, you imagine if a couple of us haulers and miners said, screw this, let's get in the Perseus and go clear out some pirates. Restore some order to Stanton. I know Pyro is a lawless, crazy system, and I like that it's there. I like having that. Coming from playing many thousands of hours of Sea of Thieves, I'm very used to the whole head on a swivel. You never know who's really a friend out in the verse kind of thing. But in like places like Stanton and stuff, it makes sense to have like a coalition of players that are willing to do what the security forces aren't doing enough of, or like Crusader security, especially now because with server meshing, the whole Pro 10 bounty system's kind of broken, and we don't know when we're gonna get that back. So we're gonna probably have to call on players who aren't afraid to get their hands dirty to protect others. I don't have my own personal org. I am in an org. And I'm going to be chatting with my guys and seeing what they think about maybe a sub-org or a subdivision or something. Because my boys in VTI, we keep things, you know, pretty hush within ourselves. Several of them are in the Discord as well. And are just great guys to play with. But I promised them, especially with getting into the content world, that I wasn't going to, you know, drag the org into everything. And it has been floated around, the idea of having sort of a secondary org that's more of an industrial security focused, protecting industrial passive explorative players from all of the mean pirates and murder hobos out there. Oh, I'm requesting cargo landing, but I haven't actually set up a contract yet. Been having way too much fun chatting. So let's do that. Seraphim contract offers, not mercenary. Been talking too much about the security force. Alright, let's head down a little bit to where the Seraphim ones were. Ooh, what we got here? Oh, that's going to Brios. No, sir. Seraphim to Terra Mills. Should be a bit of a ways down. Where were they? They were kind of down here, yeah. Krill 1. Everest Harbor to Baijini. Seraphim to Port Tressler. Might be the one we have to take. Everest, Port Tressler to Seraphim. At least those can go back and forth. Oh yeah, this is the one we were doing when things got messed up. Let's do it again. Really picking up where we left off. Brotherhood of Bobs. B.O.B. I don't necessarily have an issue with actual piracy. I do have an issue with the murder hobos. Yeah, same. You know, so for me, like, I've said it in a couple of my videos or streams, that I will never shame anybody for criminal gameplay. That's part of the game. It's supposed to be in there. So, you know, doing illegal things, piracy or whatever, drug running, you know, I'm not going to shame people for that gameplay or anything. That's totally cool. But we all know the murder hobos and the player killers that they do it for no reason. They just get their jollies off. You know, they're always going to be in any game we play. But it is nice to have some kind of mitigating factor. Sometimes, like earlier before I started doing this stream, Grimhex in the US server 220 got completely locked down by a pirate org. I was there when it was kind of starting. I was poking on them, playing around, fighting a couple of them. But then there was like 4 or 5 people and I had to dip out. They didn't manage to kill me. I was in the Saber Comet, so I got away thanks to my stealth. But yeah, that was a little rough. Alright, we're coming to an actual stop here. Let's see if we get all 7 skew. Should I buy a salvage or mining vehicle? And if so, what would you suggest? Are they actually profitable? So the Vulture is probably your fastest return on your investment as far as earnings. Let's see, we got it. That's 3 skew. Oh, yep, and there's the 4. We got everything. Awesome. So without the server hiccup, we got all of our stuff. I have a Drake Vulture and a Misc Prospector. I bought both of them. I mean, for one, Drake. The Misc Prospector was my first ship I ever actually bought with real money. I love that ship. It's an incredible ship. Mining is a lot of fun. It's just there's an extra layer with refining. And I enjoy that extra layer of gameplay in a big way. But it is there. You know, it's something to consider to get more profits. The Vulture is a more direct reward. You take the Vulture into, like, the Aaron Halo, the belts in Stanton, or any ring system around Yella or Terminus, and you go for panels, you'll fill up your Vulture so fast. And it's like 9 or 10k per RMC, per SKU of RMC, so it's some quick money, man. You can make some good money. So we gotta go to Port Tressler now. The Vulture is a great boat. The Misc Fortune's another good option if the Vulture's a little too much work. Some people don't like the manual aspect of moving the boxes around. I call the Misc Fortune the lazy man's Vulture. Oh, nice. So I was not able to get rid of my Prospector personally. I loved it too much. So I bought a Mole on top of that. I'm very much a heavy industrial player in this game. I have the Argo Mole, the Drake Vulture, the Misc Prospector. I of course got the Caterpillar. I got the Connie Taurus. I got a few boats. I got a lot of fighters now too, because I'm trying to get into that to stay brushed up on PvP for when it counts. And I enjoy me some combat. It's not my main focus in this game by any means. My problem is in Pyro, you choose not to kill a dude, but he turns and kills you after you show him you had the upper hand first. Yeah, there's no honor with those players in Pyro, man. Like, I'll see people and I won't be the primary aggressor until they linger too long. And then sometimes, unfortunately, especially in Pyro, you have to either shoot first or leave, because it's gonna devolve into chaos. I like salvage and mining game loops, and money actually connects with hauling since you can use cargo ships. Yeah, I like how that is closing up. Same with kind of salvage too. Like, I'll build up enough RMC to load it into a cat or something and then take it somewhere to sell it all in bulk too. The Fortune is a true one-man salvage ship since you don't need to go back and forth. The Vulture is more efficient in a two-man crew. In principle, I'd say yes, but now since the Vulture can actually spit out 13 boxes back to back instead of, remember how before it was 2, then you had to get out of your seat, move the 2, and then 2 more, get out of your seat, move 2 more. Now that it does all 13 in one go, I'll solo the Vulture all day, because I'll run up those 13, I'll go organize them as they spit out, and then I'll get back in and do another 13. But I mean, it's totally right though. The Misc Fortune is definitely the solo salvager's ship for sure. It's going to be faster. It's going to be a little bit more ease of use. That's why I lovingly call it the lazy man's Vulture. Mining will be great once base building is in game with resources needed. Yeah, a lot of us actually agree, because there's so many resources that we just don't touch. Like, we look for the good stuff, you know, we're looking for the Quantanium, the Terranite. Back in the day, gold wasn't worth shit. Nowadays, Bexalite, gold, Stellaron, and Recite in Pyro. But, like, all of the quartz and titanium and iron and corundum and all this other stuff that we just ignore or try to filter out that might be used in crafting, manufacturing, maybe making weapons. There are a lot of loops that'll close once you bring in the full economy, crafting, quanta, all of that. You know, Hooligan, I did not... I love your name, by the way. If that's how you meant to have it sound, Hooligan or Hooligan, I like that. You totally hit the nail on the head there. What a misfortune to get a Misc Fortune. I never made that connection. That's pretty awesome. Oh yeah, sure. So yeah, the Vulture now spits out all 13 boxes, and you can place them. You can either go off grid or on grid. Off grid, you can fit almost 40 in there. On grid, you can basically have the 13 out and the 13 still in the hopper, so like 26, which is it's much more user friendly now. I love the Vulture with that update. And I just run double abrades. Trawlers aren't really all that great unless you're trying to speed run. I'm a double abrade guy when it comes to salvage. I'm going to do a lot of that too, mining and salvage play, especially when we get the Golem, getting the Misc Prospector running. So right now, the whole sea is kind of my baby. And it's also feeding the channel growth and all, because it seems like, from what I've seen, people who cover the whole sea don't really spend a whole lot of time on it, or they just kind of complain about it, which I get it. You know, the whole sea can be frustrating, but I still want to fly it and test it and have fun. All right, so... Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, we're at Microtech. I got so lost in that conversation that I was like, where the heck am I? What are we doing right now? We're going to Port Tressler to pick up the rest of the shipment to go to Everest Harbor. Oh my gosh. Oh, so Mark, the last time I was running panels was 4-0. And I was getting crazy signatures, dude. Like, in 4.0, I was doing most of my salvage. I like doing a lot of my industrial gameplay actually in Pyro, if I'm being honest. And I was doing it in the ring around Terminus. And I was regularly bumping into 10,000 plus signatures, 10 to 28,000 signatures. And I would have the Vulture filled up in 1 or 2 stops and have to go back and dump it. So, like, I was doing good. I did notice that the overall pool of material is quite a bit lower than it was back when I was actually really into the salvage play. Oh, we're in coupled. I was like, why are we slowing down? Because I took a pretty big break for about a year. I pretty much went from like 3.12 or 3.14 to 4.0 That's how long of a break I had taken. Not really by choice. Life was crazy hectic, but we don't got to get into all that. When I mine, I refine everything and sell it. The lesser metals are not as lucrative, but you get more of them, so I'd rather sell them than trash them. Yeah, I can get that mentality too. Like, I hate wasting stuff. I know it's a game, but I feel bad when I have to throw crap off the whole sea that's busted or something, or wasting materials. That's why I like to focus on mining attachments that also allow me to cluster better and to filter out inert materials and such. And I get a little bit more picky about the rocks I mine. I look for a bit more higher concentrations of things. But yeah, if I have it in the refinery, I'm going to refine it, because if anything, those materials, like, the lesser materials, they might cover the cost of the refining. That's kind of how I think about it. Oh, we need to request cargo. I'm having way too much fun chatting with you guys. Oh, sweet. Did a little double tap and the box popped right up. So, a little bit back into the whole sea. I mean, aside from the server error, you guys might agree that this thing is actually performing pretty well, and I'm talking good about it right now, so, you know, keep that in mind. Something crazy might just happen. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and hit couple to stop. I'm trying to not be as... Wow. There we go. That was fast. Did we get... Alright, so let's see. We got that, and then... Yep, that's 7 and 7. It went forward and then aft splines. So back to Everest Harbor now to offload. This would have been contract 4 on our list. We'll see how many we get in this next, hour, 55 minutes or so. Without the hiccup of the server error, we probably would have hit 10 contracts pretty easily. Obstructed. Frustrating. Can we just go to Everest then? It's weird that it's not going to let us... Yeah, see, what the heck? Alright, whatever. That's fine. Oh, I didn't lock in that nav point, though. It is okay. We'll just kind of point towards the drop-off icon and see what it tells us. Maybe I have to get further away from the station. Somebody told me that once before. See, I got shot down at Pyro earlier in a safe zone. How? There really aren't safe zones, because you... Do you mean by a station? I guess I should ask for more details before I say that. Because you can fire along any station. And the turrets are supposed to, fire up and come at you, but Pyro is not very reliable in that way at all. Should never acknowledge when things work. Things tend to not be. It's the same with my FSD content out of my car. I'll start praising the self-driving for doing really well, and then it does something really dumb right after that. And I'm like, yep, that tracks. That's cool. I think... Okay, there we go. Now it says online. Now... Actually, I should be able to nav traditionally here. Yep, there we go. And it's stuck. Heck yeah, let's go. So we just had to kind of get past the station for that to wake up. Sorry, Stanton side, Pyro Gateway. Oh, yeah. So... It's still technically a lawed system, and the turrets are there, but it doesn't matter what station you're at now. Though it's an armistice zone, ship weapons still actually work. I do personally think that's kind of dumb. I think let it be okay in a place like Pyro, but I don't know. It's inviting shenanigans at the station, and I have two minds on this. For one, I like more freedom. I like not being limited by a game. I get that mindset. But I also think about it in the sense of just reliable and expected playability of a game. Let's say you log in and you're at Pyro Gateway, and you just want to hop in your ship and just move along. You're not even planning to stay there. You're not even planning to go to Pyro. But you happen to log into a server that's locked down by a bunch of murder hobos. So your first experience getting into the game is just getting killed over and over, and you can't go anywhere. And now you have to log out, and then now something happens and you're shard locked, and the game servers act weird. You get pissed off and you just put Star Citizen down for the day. That's a real buzzkill to me. And I think that stations, like proper stations, like maybe there's certain stations that don't, but proper stations like a gateway station like that, at least on Stanton's side, I don't know. I think back in the day when you couldn't shoot your weapons in the armistice zone made a lot more sense. But I don't know, man. What do you guys think? Yeah, hard armistice at standing outposts in cities. Yeah, that's a term, hard armistice. I think long-term goal is to get rid of armistice altogether. As a thought experiment, I can see that being really kick-ass if there is a good built-in system of consequences for people who abuse it, which we currently don't have, which is why there's such a murder hobo problem. But in the future, when we have maybe more reliable security, a better prison system. Like, honestly, for people who commit like violent crimes like that, let's like 5 to 10x their prison sentence, to where they actually have to spend a couple hours of gameplay reducing their sentence versus just, you know, 5 minutes of mining and then they're back out causing chaos, or log off for an hour and come back in and cause chaos. Like, make it actually have a bit more consequence, to where you have to be a good criminal, not get caught, and stay out there doing illegal stuff. Or if you're a murder hobo and you're messing around and you get killed and you get sent to prison, you're actually like, oh, well, shit, now I can't do anything. Like, I think that would be awesome. Until they fix it. Oh, like the imbalance of what's going on? I could see that. Salvage been nerfed a lot. I've seen a lot of signals. Well, let me actually scroll up a little bit because I was just seeing that. I got attacked and ran away. Oh yeah, that's tough in Pyro, man. Yeah, Pyro is a no safe zone place except for actually like when you're inside the actual station. That's the only time. Have you tried doing multiple contracts on the auto load? So, hey, what's up, Deshaun? Good to see you. Not today. Today's goal was to try to just do like a consecutive 10 contracts to see if it held through, because we were doing really good on that live stream yesterday. But then we had a really janky server error that set us back. We're technically on contract 4 again, but we're finishing it up and it was doing really well. I'm trying to find an orbital maneuver node. Apologies. I do want to do the next test for the next video or the next stream. We're going to try stacking contracts on the whole sea in the PTU. I want to try to get that done before it goes live to get an idea of, like, was it working? Was it something they factored in? So the ones we're doing now, where we're picking up or dropping off in 2 different places, these are working really well. Again, aside from the janky server error that kind of caused chaos, it's been doing really good. Overshot, because we got to do one more orbital node, I believe, before we get to Everest proper. But yeah, I plan to. Just, I haven't yet in this playthrough, or this session. Alright, let's see. Killing an armistice should be a short stint in solitary, no way to escape or lower sentence. Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you actually put legit consequences, and they don't need to be like insurmountable, crazy consequences that don't make you want to play at all, but they should be bad enough that make you think like, I don't know if I want to risk doing that because this could happen. Like, if it just gives you pause, you know that the consequences are good enough. And then they can play with that balance a bit. But I don't think they've really messed with the consequence side, the prison side. Like, I've ran call to arms when I do my vigilante stuff, trying to protect other haulers around Grim and take on criminals. But they just keep coming out. I don't think call to arms is actually working properly. I'm not getting credit for neutralizing the enemies, and they're not getting sent to prison. So that, you know, a lot of it needs work. It definitely needs work. All right, let's get a scan because we're in a very unfortunate position as far as lighting goes. We're going to not go too fast. Goodness, we're going over 500 meters per second. We learned our lessons, so we're going to start decelerating. Granted, we don't have a whole lot of mass because we're only carrying 14 SCU of cargo. So we should be okay. Pop another scan, keep an eye on all the drones and all the craziness around us. Let's go ahead and see if we can grab a cargo zone. There it is. The double taps, guys. All right, so if you keep that in mind, when 4.1 goes live, there's a good chance that the double tap method, if you bind request cargo loading to your sticks or to your keyboard, mouse, whatever, the double taps have been working, like sequential double taps. What? Account login timeout? Are you kidding? No way. Oh, maybe there's a PTU update. Oh, son of a... Ugh. No, there's not. There's not a PTU update. How is that an account timeout? Come on, Star Citizen. PTU is not... See, who said it? Who said it in chat? Was it you, Medrin, that said that CIG said I couldn't have this much fun with the whole sea? We're having too good a time. We're showing that it works, and they keep kicking me out of the game. Oh, man. Oh, you just got that too. Okay. So at least it's not just me. It's good to see that somebody else in the PTU just got that. So what do you think about ships like the MSR and how their game loops are going to fit in? That's a really good question, because data, see, that plays into a game loop or a side of the game that I'm really looking forward to, which is actual science. like science and data and exploration, like actually charting areas, charting stars. Oh, hey, new background, guys. It's not the traditional. You're seeing that, right? That should be visible to you all. Oh, yep, yep. Looks like we're getting a PTU update. All right. We're going to wait a second. We'll just kind of chat while we figure out what's going on. Yeah, Call to Arms is definitely not working. It was giving my boys credit. They were making some money doing it the other night. It might just not be working consistently. Hasn't worked for me at all. Go figure. Best of luck, dude. Thanks. Sure, I appreciate that. What do you, yeah, so back to the MSR, though. I'm excited for what data and science and stuff will bring to the game. I don't know when they're going to bring that in or how they're going to do it. It's probably going to be a while since they're focused on playability and stability and all. I'm actually surprised at how much they're adding into 4.1. So I know the focus is playability and just building more story-driven content, like lore-driven content. So we'll see. But I think it'll be awesome. I think that the freaking, wait, patch drop to the PTU, right? Not to... Let me actually close out of the RSI launcher altogether. I think the MSR, though, needs to be nerfed in a big way for its health or what. I don't know. Have you guys done bounties where you fight an MSR and it's got more health than like a freaking Carrack? Like, I'm hitting it with my size 5 attritions on my Connie way longer than it takes to kill any other ship that I'm fighting. Hammerheads and all. MSR is dumb right now for some reason. I don't know what that is. Oh, there we go. We got the update. Let's go. Oh, so this is good. This is good. This means we can just jump right back in. We don't have to worry about claims or any kind of weirdness. And we still got 45 minutes or so. I said we're going to 1800. So if you guys want to stick with me, we're going to keep rolling. This is going to be an interesting YouTube video. There's going to be a lot of missing context. So I'm probably going to have to say in the video, like, hey, if you want to see this full adventure, go check out the live stream. Actually, I'll say that once we fire back up and we're getting the whole sea back out from its resting place. I'll do a little bit for the YouTube video so it makes more sense. Yeah, Edric, I am updating now. We are launching back in. Can't you reload the launcher with control something R? Oh, probably British Ghost. Yeah, I just exited and brought it back up. That's a good point. Yep, control shift R to refresh launcher. Thanks, guys. You're helping me out. Stealing and selling that space... Wait, stealing and selling that space... Oh, I see what you're saying in a Drake Herald. Oh, yeah, isn't the Herald supposed to be a data runner, too? I know it's crazy fast. They posted an upcoming patch in Spectrum 5 minutes ago. In fact, best just grab the Endeavor CCU upgrade and just sit on it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do. The Endeavor has my attention. I'm curious about this. I'm going to have to research the CCU thing a little bit. Is it like the token or like reserving a price for it or something? Yeah, yep, a giant thruster that does data. I like how you describe that. It's pretty good. It's literally just a cockpit with an engine behind it. It kind of reminds me of, if you guys have seen Expanse, and when, I think it was, I remember his first name, but the Epstein drive, the episode where he's in that ship when he blasts the Epstein drive, that's what the Herald reminds me of. Alright, there I am, Captain Deadwick. We're back, again. We don't need a tutorial. We go Stanton system back to Lorville for our hauling location. It's just Lorville and Hurston has been so good as a hauler, personally. I want to do more around Microtech and even Seraphim and ArcCorp and stuff too, but surprisingly enough, Hurston's been the way. Jovial Turbulence. That's the new server name. I wonder if it'll actually be jovial. So the MSR is basically a smuggler ship. It's data and it has like a secret cargo area too. It's just insanely tanky. Like, it should not be that hard to kill it. And then, of course, yeah, you know, Lawless is correct. Science being the extra loop to that. I love the idea of sort of Star Trek in it. You know, getting into an actual exploration vessel like an Aquila, Carrack, and going out and actually charting maybe new jump points or new asteroids or collections of, like, points of interest and be able to relay those coordinates back to your people. I think that would be really sick. I hope that's kind of the direction they're going. Lock into the lower price. Copy, Mark. Thank you. When you see how you can buy, upgrade, token. So Starfleet Gemini to Endeavor is just 10. Okay, sweet. Good to know. That might be a pathway to my Endeavor because the Endeavor and the Orion. The Orion mining vessel has been something I've been really excited to get. So let's jump back into our industrial gear. We'll go into the black cherry gear this time. I haven't run that in a second. I love this gear. Where is the rest of it? There it is. I also really wish I had this Argo backpack in real life. Where is the rest of our industrial cherry? Why am I blind? That's all the backpacks. There we go. There's the arms. There it is. Core black cherry. And there we go. Love this get up, man. It's awesome. I'm glad that this stuff persists too, like your tractor rifles and all. It is appreciated. Moby Glass original casing. That's interesting. Put my black cherry sidearm multi-tool on. We don't have any more sustenance, do we? Nope, it's fine. The whole sea will probably claim our life before we need to drink any food. Drink any food. Oh my god. I mean, that kind of counts. Drinking food. Sure. Let's put a knife on. Why don't we throw on a... You know, I'm not doing it. Let's just get the whole sea. Let's just get going. Messing around too much. Yeah, that's kind of what I want to get to eventually, Lawless. Just kind of getting lost in the exploration of it. The idea of like having like maybe a Drake Kraken out there as a, you know, main hub out there in the void. And it to have been like weeks since you ever, you know, touched down on a planet. You know, I mean, I fantasize about that kind of stuff. That's just the kind of sci-fi geek I am. Every time I did commodity trading, I'd grab stuff from the loot boxes at the outposts. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I want to go back through and rewatch The Expanse again. That is such a good show. I love it. That's why I like doing the turn and burn slowdown when I'm taking a loaded whole sea in, because it's just so massively heavy. And now I know to look out for little purple drones, because they will make it a very short trip. I had such a collection of multi-tools pre-4.0, I missed that. I almost went like right off the platform there. Bring me an armor set that has a built-in pyro tool with tractor beam. Yes, please. Oh, you know, that is something I really like about this item recovery stuff. Because when you die, you're coming back with... I forgot my tractor rifle. I thought I equipped that. That's okay, we'll put it on in the hangar. But you come back with all that. Your tractor rifle, your armor. I love that part. I love it. I will be so okay with the lack of looting if it means that I can just come back, equipped, and ready to kick ass. Let's get it. Was hesitant when I first heard of the item recovery, but I gotta admit, I love the idea of going out salvaging and being able to wear my full gear. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, the people that are up in arms, I mean, I can see where they're worried about the direction of looting, but I also think that's a bit dramatic and a bit hyperbolic, because we've been in this game for years, guys. We know that they try hard pivots to change things and see if they work. That's how they roll. You know, they kind of move fast, they break things, they try new things, they take feedback from the people and see what actually happens. And for a long time, people have been annoyed that, you know, we don't want to go out in our cool gear. Like, I hate when I would die and lose this Black Cherry Grey Cat set. This is my favorite Grey Cat set. It's freaking cool. And I even got the Black Cherry Pyro, or the Black Cherry Multi-Tool and everything. I love it. And I would hate it because every time it would not fail. I would go out, I would put it on, and I would die that session. Guaranteed. Every time. Yeah, Lawless, that's a great idea. You know, my idea here is similar to that. You know, this is like the life of Captain Deadwig. Just, you know, waking up in a ship that I bedlogged out of or whatever. And yeah, Lewis, I love it you said that, because I have related this several times to like SpaceX's technique of moving fast, blowing things up with Starship. But now they catch super heavy on a frickin' launch tower with chopstick arms. Hello, that's what happens when you take risks and you try things. That's another reason I love Star Citizen. Because they decided to risk it for the biscuit, man. Do you think we would have server meshing as a technology in a working game? And yeah, working. I mean, we're playing it, so to me, that's working. I don't know. I like that they're pushing the limit, you know? Ooh, I wonder if we kept our Erebus quantum drive, because it did consume one of them last time we had an update. I really hope we still have our Erebus. I think it might actually be up at Everest Harbor, or maybe it's Arkel 1 or Arkel 3, one of those. So it wouldn't be hard to get one. Let's check. Let's see what we have on the whole sea. They make it too easy with the whole sea. All the jokes. Oh, yeah, we can try a new one because we were on Dusk. Let's do Horizon. We haven't done Horizon yet. And do we have it? Do we have it? Oh, it ate our Erebus Quantum Drive. Bastards. Probably because we were out in the ship. The comma. Ugh. Comma's so slow. That's alright, though. Actually, my hangar should be in since this is home base. Yeah. You know, I gotta agree with you guys. The Redeemer kind of gives me Rossi vibes. See, aside from the Redeemer, I can't think of anything else that fits the ship's profile and style. I know it's classified as a Corvette, and the only ship in game I know of that's also classified as a Corvette is the Hammerhead. But it looks nothing like the Rossi. If the, honestly, if the Herald was really, really, really big and more than just an engine, that would kind of be a similar design language, that sort of tubular design language.
Welcome.
It'd be really sick, though, to have something that's a bit more proper Rossi in-game.
Your vehicle has been
Alright. The whole sea again. Yeah, let's grab that tractor rifle just in case we have to throw crap off of our ship. Ah, that's what was happening. So usually this happens 3 times, then it resets, and then it'll equip. So, little workaround. If you're trying to put something on, it keeps disappearing, just let it run through its cycle. Usually it's like 3 times it'll disappear, then it'll reset itself, and then you can put it on and you're back in action. There's a reason we call this Workaround Citizen. Yeah, Lawless, I guess we said the same thing. Yeah, if the Herald was bigger, it gives me Rossi vibes. It's just really small. Aerial Hazard, P4, Arc-Light, Multi-Tool, and some Max Lift. It's changed a bit, but I still use armor from Cargo Deck. Yeah. That actually was my normal thing because I wouldn't want to risk losing this. I would run down to the Cargo Deck and throw on the typical Grey Cat Aerial suit, or even the Mech Flex. I don't mind running the straight-up light armor Mech Flex and a tractor rifle. Putting on my work clothes before I go out. Man, this whole process just to get back in and fire up, it's already 17:30. Oh, we'll do at least a couple more contracts and feel it out. Still, oh yeah, see, this is the one where the base is white and the top is black. I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of clean. I don't know, it's just kind of a dingy white. What do you guys think? This is the Horizon paint. I like the black top. I like the gold accenting. But, I don't know. This is kind of dingy off-color whites bother me a little bit. I know, Medrin. He's like, this guy is so persistent. Pulls out the whole sea back to back to back. Hey, Maggie C here needs some love. She's been working hard today dealing with this janky server, trying to show that she's got what it takes for the long haul. I'm excited though, man. I'm really excited because the actual gameplay with the whole sea has been pretty fantastic compared to 401 and 402. It's just the server stability, man. And then, of course, them doing a new patch, new update. So we really can't count. The last one wasn't a fail. It was just a new update patch. The server error messed us up a bit. But hey, it is what it is. Yeah, no joke. Way too clean for the rough life of a whole sea. I think I'm probably going to main the Trailblazer paint. I like that. It's very military industrial. I like it a lot. I actually tried Mouseclick's Bombora orange and blue, which is actually pretty cool too. But I think the Trailblazer has it for me. Whoa, that camera though. Yeah, this looks a little bougie. Yeah, you know, the gold accenting. This is a little bit too Origin Jump Works for me, if you know what I mean. No offense to any Origin fans. That fancy life. Let's go decoupled. There we go. Oh, real quick, let me reference Urkel Games real fast and find our Erebus Quantum Drive. I'm fairly certain that Arc L1 is where it is sitting, but we're going to make sure. Misc Whole C. Erebus Quantum Drive. Arc L1. Yep. Can confirm. We're going to go pick up our fast Quantum Drive. I'm going to probably buy like 4 of them. I mean, I know that PTU is about to wrap up in the next couple of days, but I plan to do a lot more testing, so let's make it happen. Wide Forest Station. Yeah, for anybody who's curious, the Size 3 Erebus Quantum Drive Arc L1. And I guess while we're over there, we'll just do some missions from Baijini since we'll be in the area. We're going to go ahead and hit cruise control to help us break out of this atmosphere. We are positioned for blast off. Let's go. I do love those 6 engines, man. It's awesome. I love that you get a little bit of that like crackling mocked diamond sound you get from rocket launches when it comes to like the Crusader ships and the Misc Hull C. I love that sound. Alright, cruise control will keep us increasing our speed, which is good. Have you thought about getting Tobii Eye head tracking? One of the best things I bought? Yes. Yes, I did, Lewis. That is on my list of things to grab. 100%. So, I don't know how soon, but that is on my list. It's relatively inexpensive compared to me wanting to revamp my PC, but I would love the idea of being able to move my head around and actually see, especially when dogfighting. But and also, even more so, like in the Caterpillar and in this thing, being because I have it bound to my sticks to be able to look like this, but to be able to have the clearance of being able to look back in these windows, man, yeah, that'll be incredible. I definitely plan to. They could do a 5-minute server reset warning. Yeah, that would be nice. Voyage to the bottom of the sea. Well, hang on. I like the ship weapons in Expanse. Oh, totally. Here's an offshoot since they're adding more wildlife in the game. You think they will add hunting and resource gathering ships for farming? Yeah, maybe some like lighter ships, kind of like the STVs and such, maybe? I don't know what you might have in mind, but I could totally see there being a... let's actually deactivate cruise control says and get us later. I could totally see there being smaller craft dedicated toward hunting and stuff. I mean, we're kind of seeing a tease of that with the whole Valakar sandworms coming out in this build. And the missions that'll play around that. Yep. I've been watching a lot of PvP gameplay lately and really good people that show like good tips and tricks to get back into it. And all of them are using that head and eye tracking and just seeing it in action. It's like you're actually in the ship and able to just see where they're at and follow them around. It helps you when you're merging and checking directions and everything. The usefulness would be insane. What's up, Claudio? So this should not be a wipe. As far as everything like a big wipe. Your money should persist, your ships, your armor, your guns, but all your consumables like your food and drink, any boxes of commodities like copper, corundum, mining resources, refinery orders, med pens, ammo for your weapons, all that kind of stuff that's normally wiped is likely going to be gone. We might even lose some components. I haven't heard whether or not we're going to lose components in this one. I know we did on the last one because of all the people duping stuff, which is really stupid. I mean, them duping things is really dumb, but I don't blame her for wiping the components. It just means we got to work a little harder to kit our ships out, but it shouldn't have anything big wiped. I want missions to protect the animals. Yeah, you know, that'd be kind of cool to have two different, like, probably like kind of like with the whole rep system and factions and groups of people. Like, you have like sort of the wildlife preservationists, and then you have the hunters, and you might even have like poachers. You know, with a game that has this big of a scope, there's really no end to what you could do. It's just how long it might take to get there. Like, I don't think, and I think honestly this is a healthy thing for most games, is to never have the idea of being done. I don't think we're in the era of a game just being done anymore. I think there should always be game growth. And we've seen that over the last decade or so, where games are adding content, DLCs, things keep going. That's been like that with WoW and all kinds of games for a long time. But I love the idea of this game getting to a point to where it's like, you know, out of alpha and beta playability, but it never stops growing and adding and changing and getting bigger and adding more stuff. At least I like that idea. I mean, because there really is no limit as to what you could do as long as you have the resources, I guess. You know, the game needs to be successful enough that CIG's pockets stay deep enough to keep pursuing new things. And I hope that's the case. We're cruising through this little asteroid field. We're going to go and I guess we'll have to dock. And we'll grab this Erebus drive. We'll buy probably like 4 or 5 from Arc L1 because when the patch comes through, they all just move to your home station. Yeah, I guess it depends on the monster, Lawless, or the type of creature as far as which. And yeah, we should be a week or less probably away from the update hitting, from 4.1 hitting the live servers. That'd be my guess. Nobody knows for sure exactly when 4.1 will go live, but they're aiming to do patches towards... Yeah, exactly, Edric. Yep. We're supposed to be expecting about monthly patch releases. So I would say, like, toward the end of the last week of March to within the first week of April, like, that kind of a window is probably a pretty safe bet. All right, let's go ahead and start getting rotated. This is another reason I would love to have the head and eye tracking, because it would just help me be able to, like, kind of see this stuff a bit better without using this really bad, like, half the camera or having to go third person, which to me kind of breaks the immersion. But, you know, it is what it is. You got to deal with it. And I know my thrust vector indicator is going in a safe direction, which is why I'm not worried about where we're moving. You always put your thrust vector indicator somewhere clear, so you don't have to concern yourself with hitting anything. And we're still not quite... Where is this docking node sitting? Is it right below me? Oh, there it is. Cool. Supply or die. Yep, it's the event that'll be ending with this month. So hopefully you guys have made your money, because that is going to be coming to an end real soon here. Here we go. We get all of these lined up. Too high on the pitch. Bit more roll. There we go. Now, based on our angles... Whoa, okay. Let's go ahead and auto dock. Oh, nope, we're not in the right positioning for it. Auto dock path obstructed. There we go. Oh, too far forward. Whoops. Yeah, we gotta bring that back. 60, 50, 40, 30, 12, 10. Okay. A little closer. There it is. Come down a bit. Come down quite a bit. What? What do you mean? Why are you acting weird? How? What? How is it? We're that high up? No way. Oh, yeah, there's the y-axis. I'm dumb. I didn't even see the... Sorry, I was probably real loud in your ears, guys. My bad. I didn't even notice the y-axis at the top. We were way off. All right, come back up a little bit. Go. Whoa, too close. Too far down. We're on it. So we need to come off to starboard a bit. Clear up. There it is. Please don't blow up. Please don't blow up. Please don't blow up. Please don't blow up. Yeah, docking can be a little frustrating to deal with. With a ship like this, just requesting landing is going to set up the docking procedure. So it's just kind of automatic. It also helps, too, to go into your control bindings and just kind of set things to more easy to remember places on your keyboard, mouse, or sticks, or whatever. I have a lot of stuff bound to my sticks that I use. At this rate, we're going to have time for, like, maybe 2 contracts? Still, I mean, we'll have done 5. All right, I might try to at least get to a total of 6 today to break yesterday's record before I blew us up. We'll see if the Star Citizen Gods and Chris Roberts himself lets me do it. Oh yeah, I have been stockpiling copper and chromium myself using my Taurus. It has been a good time. VHRTs, especially if you're dealing with a lot of pirates, just do them around Microtech or Hurston. Pirates are lazy, they're not going to go that far most of the time.
Welcome.
Let me go ahead and store this thing. Make sure it stores. Yeah, alright, let's go get our quantum drives. Alright, everybody, standing here all awkwardly. Star Lancer's pretty awesome. Can't complain with that. 220 SKU, fucking 4.4 weapons on the pilot guns. That thing's amazing. 100%. Thanks, Supply Die. I've bought a Vulture, Mole, Cat, C2. Have not bought a Reclaimer in game since I have for now a pledged one, but I'd like to get money towards buying one. Yeah, that's Supply or Die is what sped me up to getting the whole C, and what is got me a few other ships that I've wanted to have for a while that are a bit cheaper in the fighter category. And eventually will get me up to the Hammerhead that I want. Okay, that elevator doesn't want to work. What about this one? Really? Vedran, this is happening again, man. The game just does not want me to play with the whole C. I mean, I guess I still could. It's just, I want to get the quantum drives. Why are the elevators busted? What is this? We're just gonna have to slow boat it, man.
Welcome.
Elevators won't work to take me to the Galleria, so we just wasted our drive over here.
Vehicle selected.
Drive.
Stand by.
Our flight.
Your vehicle,
Our
please
travel.
start again.
Wait, did it just say large hangar? Hold up.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
If so, I gotta store it real
Vehicle
quick.
has been moved to our storage facility. Please visit.
Yeah, I guess the splines aren't open, so... Oh, wait. None of the elevators work. Yeah. I don't know. This isn't normal. It's not green. It doesn't look alive. It just looks like empty. Hang on. Let me see what's going on in chat. See if anybody else is at L1s. Yeah, I know. It reminds me of like early morning muster. Like Chief's going to be over here telling us what we're going to be doing for the day. Yeah, it happens every now and then. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're having their early morning work meeting before we get going or something. Yeah, Arc 1 elevators are toast. Damn. Well, we landed, so let's try to back out. I did that a second ago, the hold F and click. It's like it's missing its interface. It's really weird. Let's try again. At least we'll be at the station now. Jovial turbulence. Yeah, we're getting some turbulence. We're getting some elevator turbulence. Did we complete the 4th mission? Or did we keep getting interrupted in the middle of the 4th mission? I think we've only completed 3. Yeah, that might be lining up for PT. God, I remember those days. Freaking beach crawls and runs at 5 in the morning in the sand. That made you hate being out there. I love working out and training, you know, physical health and fitness, but something about PT in the military is just a different monster. Alright, well that worked. Let's see if these elevators work. Oh yay, they're green and have life again. That's what we want to see. See, that's what was different. They were like grayed out and lifeless. This is like peak workaround citizen today, man. Okay, we still have some weird formation gathering here. Alright, let's see if we can get to our Galleria. Let's see if these elevators are... Yeah, they're back! They're alive! They have their stuff. Okay. So, safe to say that maybe doing, like, a shard rip, like Alt F4ing out, might have fixed it too, but I'm glad we just backed the menu since we're already docked here and all. I think it's upstairs for this one. Is it... Yep, there it is, Platinum Bay. Buy a buttload of Erebus quantum drives, or at least... Actually, I don't think I have a whole bunch of money in this server. 800,000. We'll get a few. Let's go. Systems... Quantum drives, and it's the only one they have. Let's do 4. Pretty much drop all of our money on those. Yeah, the loading is different with the newspaper. Like, one of my buddies thought it was hinting at like Death of the Spaceman because there's an issue with the imprints working for medical, like getting your respawns. I don't think that anybody's ready for Death of a Spaceman. That'd be wild. But yeah, no, I agree. Lawless, the PT sessions killed a lot of the enjoyment of the workout for me. And it wasn't necessarily just because we're working out. It was, I don't know, the group setting, people at different paces, the types of activities, the time of day,
Welcome.
maybe just the general mood of trying to work out while at work. I don't know. Oh yeah, let's actually equip our quantum drive before we do anything else. We're gonna change livery again since we're back in. And, oh no, we can't, because it's all over at our home base. Never mind, we're gonna leave it on. It's cool. Not that I plan to leave Stanton, but I like a good habit of taking off our propulsion before we change quantum drives. That way you can just put your propulsion back on. Save. So we're good. Alright, let's try to break our record of 5 missions that we're still... I think we're on mission 4. I'm pretty sure we're still technically on mission 4. For the 3rd time. I could try. Should we just send it, chat? Should we just pick up a couple of contracts and see what happens? Because I was going to dedicate this to the 10, but this has already been a bit of a butchered experience with the server and patch update and all. We can try to full send it. Get like 2 or 3 contracts and see what happens. Yep. Oh, I remember that vividly, Lawless. You're taking me right back to both the boot camp and the Navy days. Especially out in A school. Alright. Let's see, we're at Arc 1. Let's see what hauling contracts I can pull up while we're waiting. Only 44 options here. Let's go for some junior... Let's just grab anything that we can take. We'll do 3. We're just gonna full send this. If it works with 3 of these contracts, that's gonna be really impressive. Of course, we have to be able to play long enough to see them work. Seraphim to Everest. There we go. We're gonna take it. Seraphim and Tressler to Everest. This is a multiple pickup, so we're gonna take that one. Bygenie to Tressler, we'll take that one. Because we're right next to Bygenie. We might just take a few Bygenies if that's the case. Everest to Pyro. Everest to Port Tressler. Let's see what we got. Seraphim to Everest Harbor, Seraphim to Everest Harbor. Bygenie and Everest to Port Tressler. I think that's a good little kind of mini loop. We're going to do that. We're going to try this. We're going to do 3 missions. Starting from picking things up at Seraphim, we're going to go to Everest. And then from Everest, we're going to go to Bygenie to pick up the last bit. And then we're going to finish off taking everything to Port Tressler. Let's see what happens. You think they'll ever add parachutes or any life-saving equipment while in gravity from the... It'd be helpful, wouldn't it? I've had a couple of occasions where I'm in Atmo and I just know I'm falling to my death. It'd be kind of nice to have some sort of parachute. I wonder how resource intense that would be on the game's physics. Big thanks to everyone who's tuned in for all this. We're going on 3.5 hours, so I guess this is kind of... well, not quite a 4-hour stream today, but a pretty good one. This is fun. Doing a lot of good testing. They said once they had something in mind to use instead of parachutes, but they didn't elaborate. It was in reference to ejecting an Atmo. So maybe like a propulsively landing seat or something. Or a way to eject so fast that you leave the atmosphere and then send out a beacon for someone to come pick you up in the middle of space. That'd be kind of funny. Alright. Seraphim, Everest, Bygenie, Port Tressler finish. Let's see if Maggie's got what it takes. I'm gonna text the wife real quick. Alright. So I was just chatting with the wife real fast. Alright, let's get it, man. Let's go. Seraphim. Seraphim, then Everest, then by Genie, then Port Tressler. That's how we're doing this. There we go. Had to do a power reset to get my stuff to function. Alright. So what an adventure, man. We got 3 missions done pretty well. Not much issue. We bumped into... Oh, thanks. Landing gear up. We bumped into a pretty gnarly server error that caused a cascade of problems. We got back in the Hull C after doing a contract in the Caterpillar. Started to look real good again. And then got hit with a patch update. Got back in again. And then the elevators were janky. I've seen you can use the Atlas for high jumps. On one of the For Science vids, they had guys jumping into an enemy Polaris. That would have been before it could get damaged. Try that before one you may die. Thrusters may change that. We have a lot to see with the ATLS and the new one, the Geo, right? The new mining one that's got the jetpack on it. We'll see how it behaves. But what do you think, Sativo? Do you think we're going to be able to complete all these? I'd be really curious. I have not had any success with a multiple stacked mission on a Hull C. Stacked missions all the time in other cargo ships, but not this thing. Moving while getting in an 8 Atlas, yeah, get you killed at the What, really? Damn. Everyone's wanting me to try out the Atlas while messing around with cargo. Oh, or I guess, yeah, I should ask if you guys are talking about the new Jetpack Geo or the original cargo mover. But alright, Steve-O, let's see what happens, man. I hope so. I'm confident, as long as the server holds up, that it probably will work. I mean, I think this might be one of those underrated, not really talked about improvements in 4.1, because everyone's really distracted by the Banu dude, the sandworms, the orbital mining lasers, the new ships. But it's like in the background, the whole Sea is like, hey guys, I work a lot better now. Just thought you might like to hear that. Yeah, if we bang out these 3 contracts with like mechanical success, you know, aside from any like weird server stuff, I think that's a slam and success. I still want to get a little bit more testing out of it to show some more reliability, but I'm happy, dude. I'm just glad that things are happening. Alright. Let's bust out to this orbital maneuver node. Well, maybe not. We'll just kind of partial jump over here to Daymar. Then we should be able to see Seraphim. Oh, I didn't do it enough. Damn. I forgot. Crusader's really big. There we go. That should be enough. Space station video. I might have missed that, actually. Agnes. Alright, let's search it back up again. OM6, OM1, Seraphim. Jeez, man, is that really... We gotta do all of that? Why? Why is this nav so dumb? Yeah, OM1, Seraphim. I thought we eliminated at least one of those. See, now we have it navving properly. I'm gonna scrape the atmosphere. Oh, yeah. I did see a little bit about the player-owned space station. That's exciting, because I would love to pick a spot, like, out in the middle of nowhere and deep in the Aaron Halo and the asteroid belt and set up a personal space station and just live my best life mining and hauling out of there. That'd be insane. When we'll actually get that? Man, I couldn't even begin to tell you. I really just hope they focus on making this a really fun, playable game for a while. If they give that, like, this full year's focus like they're saying, then maybe next year we can start to see some really cool features getting added in finally. But I am okay with just getting really good and stable with what we have, because there's already a buttload of content in this game. It's not consistently accessible. they make it accessible, it'll already be an amazing experience. But yeah, oh yeah, you know I'd be living out in the air in Halo, 100%. I'd be busting rocks day and night, hauling that stuff back. The only time I would ever set foot, like in society, would just be to sell all the stuff that I've been hoarding up, probably in my Drake Ironclad. Have my golem, my Ironclad, my cat out there. Nah, I mean, if I'm living that life, I'm going to want to have the mole and stuff too. Prospector. Alright. Little double tap. Oh, didn't work. There we go. Got it. Redirecting our burn while also pulling back to slow down a bit. Because we're coming right at the station. Kind of breaking my rule of putting a thrust vector indicator into clear space. So we're just going to be smart. Alright, so this is a pickup. And we will verify what we're picking up here after we get in. Yes, Sativos, I am I'm excited and nervous and everything all at the same time. Alright, we're going to start slowing down again. That's a good amount of timing there. I think this first pickup is probably going to be okay. I'm curious how it'll be when we start to pick up the other stuff on top of it. Now, I've done drop-off and pickups from multiple stations in the same contract, but not several contracts. Oh. Well, we also tested something else out. You can't be a dingus like me and go without expanding your ship. That kind of helps. Yeah, exactly, Lawless. Man, you're speaking my language. Coming back looking like a complete savage stranger. Like, who the hell are you? That's that Belter life, man. Belter Loda. Alright. So cool. I kind of inadvertently tested that. You just come in without your splines and it says, hey, extend your ship, dummy. Alright, let's see if it registers that I've extended. Kind of pointless if it didn't. There we go. Alright, it says we got it. So we're going to leave to not get impounded. And then we'll double check what's on the ship while we're cruising away. So this is the light amount. It's probably the 7 SKU or whatever. Let's see, we got, what, 6? Not a lot. What is that? Yeah, that's 6 SKU from whatever we just picked up there. Let's double check the contract. That is the one where we are picking up from Seraphim. Yep. Oh. Also 4 SKU of agricultural supplies. We got the 6 SKU. We didn't get the 4 SKU. Oh no, hold on. Shit. User error. That's my bad. Damn it, it changed the mission we're tracking again. That's another thing that's kind of annoying. Hang on, let me double check the ship again. Make sure I didn't totally miss that we actually did collect it. Hold on. Yep, there's the station. Let me just make sure I'm not reading the mission wrong, too. Hang on. Let's try to make this as idiot-proof as possible here. So the contract here for Seraphim, agricultural supplies from Seraphim Station, total of 10 to go to Everest Harbor. Collect. None of the other ones we're collecting from Seraphim, right? Vagini and Everest. These are bigger ones. So it should be a total of 10 SKU. Let's look at the ship again. All we got are 6 SKU. That's it. Should we try to see if we can get the rest, or should we just carry on? Weird, it's reading a collect from a different position. Almost like it's not supposed to be both from Seraphim. Alright, what the... Alright, hang on. Where are we right now? What am I doing? Let's get our orientation to the station real quick. There it is, behind us. Okay. Here, let's use the magic of our zoom in. So we got 2 and 4. So that's 6. That is 6 of the 10 total from this station. Let's check the back. Maybe rotate to get some light on it. Top front, really? Did I miss that? Let's rotate back again. Yeah, that's the 2. So that gives us the 6. We got the 4 on starboard forward, and then we have the dorsal. We could just try running with it and seeing what happens. I kind of want to... If there's something here to grab. Yeah, let me try to grab some more. Let me see if it'll give me some more. Because this might be a workaround. If you have 2 different items it wants you to pick up. Even though it's agricultural supplies, all going to the same place. The reason it's split makes no sense to me. We're going way too fast. Yeah, we're basically just missing 1 4-SKU box. That's it. Let's get back in here. I was distracted. I was going way too fast. Yeah, we're gonna have to move along though. It's already 1800. All right, we're in. We're moving. It's stuck on the cargo transferring. Try the whole seat thing. Hopefully they'll try to impound us. We have to get back into the seat real quick. Alright, executive decision. We are moving on because we've just got to go. It is what it is. It wants us to collect from Port Tressler. So we'll just roll with the mission, and if going to Tressler ends up giving us what we need and it's a print issue or a print error on this mission, and it's saying Everest Harbor from both, but it actually means... Because, like, let's think about it logically. Why would it say agricultural supplies from Seraphim twice? Like, that makes no sense. Okay. Yeah, good point. Let me do that. Just gonna get us to where we can at least head to Everest. Oh, stop doing that. Thank you. Cancel that. Renavigate. Thank you. Interesting. Just straight to OM4, huh? Okay. Alright, let's check that mission text. Let's see what it says. Alright, so here we see it's weird. There it is. There it is. Yep. Screenshotting that. Issue council. Damn, I should have checked the missing text. You guys are totally right. Seraphim and Port Tressler to Everest. Okay, so with the way we're doing this, I think we're still good because we're going to Everest, and then we got to go to Bygenie. They both go to Port Tressler, so then we'll just go collect from Port Tressler, and then head back. Oh, you're totally right. It does happen with the waste missions. I knew that because it doesn't show you. Yeah, like when you're picking up from like the distribution centers to send them back up to like Everest Harbor or something. You're totally right, Sativa. Yeah. Damn. Good call, guys. Good call. Okay, so with the 4.1 patch, there's likely going to be this problem. You might see that it says to pick up the same thing from the same place. Just check that actual text, just read the actual mission. You might think that's common sense. This dummy didn't do it, so there's a little tip for you. And I mean, it even showed, collect, like you could see where the collect icon was, like 50 gigs away. And I'm like, all right, well, something weird's happening. Confirmed. So cool. There's still a chance that we complete these three missions. Human error in two factors here, both the issue with how this is described, but also the issue with me just not paying attention and getting into the details. But that is why I love having you wonderful people here to help me out with that. That is called teamwork. Wonder if you can actually pick up from the place in the details. Yeah, we'll find out, because after we go to Everest and Bygenie, we're going to be heading up to Port Tressler, and then we'll pick up from there to finish off. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, most of the direct missions, you don't really deal with this. But this is cool. This is a good learning experience. Because the grid box was responding really well. I mean, the positive takeaways we got to think about here. The grid box response time has been really great. It might be a little tricky getting it out. Double tapping the call, or going in through your comms, or going in through the ship MFD. One way or another, it seems to work. It's just, oh, the mission contract thing switched again. I hate when it does that. Alright. We need the one we're picking up from Everest. There we go. And are we already lined up? Yep, it's right over here to our port side. Is that normally? Oh, yeah, I already read that. Cool. Like realizing I gotta keep up with chat while doing everything else. But it's cool. It's fun. I'm getting used to it. Alright. What's up, Everest Harbor? My most visited planetary station. Does anybody else have the hard time not calling these LEO stations? LEO, low Earth orbit? I always think about that. Yo, Blackbird, what is up? You're catching us in kind of the craziest moment. This is going to be a fun stream to watch back, because there's been a lot of nutty stuff happening. But of course, we're with the Maggie C, so, it's like I said earlier, success not guaranteed, but excitement likely. What we're doing now is we're stress testing, thanks to the recommendation from Sativos. We just said full send. We were doing 3 different contracts all at the same time and seeing if it works. Because the whole sea is actually doing really well compared to how it performs in 402 and 401. And this is proving grounds, man. This will be so kick-ass for all of us to just go crazy with our whole seas. That also might mean everybody keep your head on a swivel with regard to pirate gameplay. Because as the whole seas become more practical and are out in the verse more, you know that those pirate orgs are going to start actually targeting us, because we're going to be out there. So especially keep that in mind. If you're spending your own money on your own cargo loading, on your own hold, hauling missions might just be the safer bet. Might not be quite as profitable. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of insane. If you're an experienced hauler, then you can make 700K in one mission with a working whole sea in about 20 minutes time or less. All things considered. So it's kind of hard to imagine the freelance cargo trading actually being worth more. But then again, 4,600 SEU of potential profit margin is something to consider. I still wouldn't recommend doing it, but hey, if you want to risk it for the biscuit. There we go. We're picking up. What's up? And did we offload? Wait, yeah, because this is also an offload point. And I think we did. Well, at least 2 skew of it went away, because it was up at the on that top spline. We just have that one. We'll check our mission when we get out of here, because next we need to set course for Bygenie. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. We'll check everything as we're going. Oh, it's actually kind of a good route too. Seraphim, Everest, Bygenie, Micro, kind of getting closer and closer to the end goal. Set our quantum travel. Oh, I went to the wrong one. That's Port Tressler. Look at the orbital maneuver icon on screen, dummy. There we go. I don't normally call them Leo since I realize most people probably won't recognize that. I call them the stations above each planet. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Depending on your proclivity to space jargon or how nerdy you are will probably determine whether or not you are thinking about things in that regard. Yeah, my buddies and I have always called them Leos, even though they're not Earth. We ended up probably just calling them low orbit stations or planetary stations. Blackbird, it might be worth it for the whole sea players to start hiring mercenaries to guard. Yeah, I think so. That's kind of an idea I have. Blackbird, I don't know if you're in the Discord. If not, I can put the link back in the chat for anybody who didn't see it. But in the Discord, I have a voice channel that'll be kind of set up for what I've just quickly nicknamed ISF, the Industrial Security Force. So that, you know, those of us industrial players that want to band together in something like a Hammerhead or a Polaris can, you know, go run flank for cargo ships that are on important missions, help each other out, show those pirates that we're not just going to stand by and take their crap anymore. I'm looking forward to building up that kind of community. And I plan to be in those channels and chatting and being in that Discord a lot. Some of the boys from my actual org VTI are in there too. So far, it's been pretty fun. I've enjoyed seeing everybody hop in there, and I've got channels dedicated towards like resources, industry chatter, ships and stuff. Several channels that you can all jump into for getting together to do scrap, hauling. I call it space trucking, scrapyard, rock busting, and then the ISF, and then a general voice chat. You guys feel free to use that Discord to hang out, group up together, play together. Seems like we're going to bump into a lot of like-minded guys that like to do this sort of thing. Hell yeah, for sure. Yeah, kind of like a merchant's guild. Yeah, something like that. You know, just a force that's willing to defend the blue-collar community of Stanton and, I mean, maybe even Pyro at some point. I understand Pyro to be pretty crazy and lawless. I'm not going to try to police that state, but protecting each other, you know, makes a lot of sense. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Hey, who knows? Might actually get recognized by pirates when they start to recognize that the security force is coming in to hold them back. Alright, let's get over here to Baijini. We just gotta hit up... Oh, yeah, it did the nav thing. Alright, so we'll just kind of navigate towards a orbital node. Yeah, we got a little bit more mass on the Maggie C right now. I can feel it. She's a little bit more sloppy in her turns. Is that an orbital node kind of hiding there? Nope. Where is it? There it is. Right next to one of these. No. Come on. So, little trick. I mean, some of you seasoned hull sea pilots know if you provide forward thrust, it gives you some vector control. A little bit easier when you have a lot of mass. Hey, what is up, my brother? Yeah, we are watching out for probes. Yeah, we don't want to have a repeat of what happened yesterday. We're finishing up. We're trying to knock out a triple stack mission thanks to a recommendation from Sativos, and so far, it's actually doing okay. We have this pickup, and then we're dropping off 2 of them at Port Tressler, and then picking up the final bit from Port Tressler, and then I think running back to Everest to drop that off, and that will conclude the stream and this crazy challenge. And there will be a YouTube video coming out probably early next week. Will be a more condensed version of this that you guys can share and show your friends and all, and show that the whole sea has got some improvements. It's probably going to be like I swear it's like the most underrated improvement of 4.1, because I don't think I've seen anybody talking about it. I think a lot of folks, especially in the content space, have kind of forgotten about this ship or are too annoyed by it. Not us. Alright, let's go ahead and steer ourselves toward the cargo area. We're going to make sure... It was actually Port Tressler that completely wiped me out when I was flying in way too quick last time, so we're going to keep our eyes on what's going on. All the things. Alright, so we're delivering 93 skew here, and I think we're picking up like 80 or something. Wait, we hit up Baijini and picked up everything, right? Or are we at Baijini? Am I a station off? Are we actually at... This is probably Baijini. I don't know. I'm completely out of sorts now. Slowing down. No, there is some light talk amongst some of my buddies of kind of starting a sort of subset org or something, but it is all whispers and chatter at the moment. But the main idea being a sub-contingent of an org that will defend industrial players. It's just been something kind of tossed around by myself and Captain Kuza and another one of our guys in the org. But there are details to look at there. I'm not making any promises. But even without that, you guys can definitely group up in the Discord channel that I put together. There's a lot of voice chats for anyone who wants to actually join in on voice and team up, whether you want to do industrial play or join a security team together and go fight off some pirates, show them who's boss. I recommend for anybody who's not all that adept at combat and flying, go get yourself a Saber Firebird, and we'll just rain down hell in size 3 missile fire on the pirates, and that'll get rid of them. All right, we're kind of drifting, so I'm gonna pull back on the stock, or not the stock, jeez, on the stick. A wiggle wiggle. Oh. I think we are at by Genie, not Tressler. Yep, alright. Dorsal aft spline just filled up with cargo, so we're filling up with everything, man. Cargo transfer complete. Let's get out of here. I think now we're going to Port Tressler. I got a little ahead of myself. That guy flew up a little close. Alright. Yep. 2 more stops. This next stop will complete 2 of the contracts if it works, man. If it works, guard your ears. I might not be able to hold myself back from being very happy. I'm kind of glad that Sativos recommended this now. I was not feeling brave enough to handle several contracts at once, and these 3, I think, are a really good stress test. Boosting for some more throttle control. There you go. Yeah, I mean, those are great ships. All right. Yeah, the Eclipse is, isn't it suffering? Isn't there some trouble with it right now with the missiles or something? I thought something was going on with the Eclipse. Or torpedoes are having a problem. Otherwise, they're insane. Alright, yeah. Good 60 gig jump. Gives me a chance to check out the chat. Yeah, that's true. Credit where it's due. Deshaun definitely told me that too. Yeah, he suggested it. That was before the calamity of the servers were kind of beating me down, and we were actually going with a pretty good flow. But I gotta give credit where it's due. Deshaun was the first one to say, hey, you should do more than 1 contract. My bad, bro. You got me. You're totally right. I've done PvE combat, but I'm no good with PvP. I do my best to avoid PvP. Yeah, I hadn't really gotten too much into PvP until recently. I grew up playing a lot of, like Ace Combat, Flight Simulator type stuff. So I decided to kind of jump in. I've been listening to some YouTube videos. I know some people have certain feelings about Avenger 1, but he's got a lot of good instructional content with regard to dogfighting. But I'm watching some other guys too in the content world around dogfighting and kind of just learning how they function, how they think, how they're running their ships, their, meta builds and everything. It's been a learning experience, and I've seen, I run into Arena Commander, and I just get killed a lot trying to fight these guys that are really crazy good in their Gladiuses. But that's how you get better at anything in life. You put yourself under that pressure to adapt and get better then. So if you want to get into PvP, you just kind of have to dive in and soak up the deaths, man. I'll get into bear gear, I'll set my respawn at Grimhex, I'll get my best fighter, and I'll just go out and practice, think about the concepts, merging, fighting in the pitch, watching your distance, keeping yourself under that 700 meters of distance to get maximum damage out of your weapons, focusing in on CF repeaters because of their accuracy and speed versus something like attritions that hit harder but are really hard to hit players because they're slow. There's so much stuff. But seems fine to me. Just wish they would switch power plants to size 2 instead of size 1 for... Oh, the Eclipse. I got you. Yeah, I have not been following the Eclipse too well. I know that, like a year ago, that thing was like one of the most busted torpedo or missile boats in the game. And wasn't the Retaliator really insane too for its torpedoes? I know the Polaris now is known for being just ungodly, but so is that rearm bill. It's like 14 million credits to rearm those torps. Definitely an org-funded cap boat. Right, we are closing in. Just under 12 gigs away. I'm going to give my wife an update. Tiny bit behind, but almost done. Star Citizen is Star Citizening. There we go. Yeah, I'm not planning to really do any live streams this weekend or anything. I'm going to spend time with the wife, get some things done around the house. But for anyone who is curious, the live stream schedule right now is 3 to 5 in the morning, Eastern Time, US, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then I might occasionally pop in for a stream like this, totally unplanned. But I really appreciate everyone who hopped in and enjoying the chat and all. I'll throw the Discord link in one more time before I go for anyone who missed it. Or you might be able to scroll up and find it if it's not too far up. Let's go ahead and get this done. Once it's done cooling down, we'll get all of our points back. Yep, there it is. Let's see if we can find ourselves an orbital node. There we go. There's one right there. See, this is the annoying part, you know, and I've mentioned it, but like we have all these nav beacons back up. But in our nav, it's still showing OM4, OM1 Port Tressler, but it's not narrowing it down for us. You kind of have to find the point, which can be a bit of a pain. Oh, shoot. Size 5 torps on the Ion. I bet you that does some hurt. I got help from someone in Italia while trying to do Overdrive Initiative. The Talon? Or Retaliator? Tally as in Retaliator? Was it OM4 to OM5? Since we're out of sorts here? No, OM1. We gotta go polar. Polar is the way to go, man. It's a little lower than I'd like. We're gonna get a little closer to that atmosphere in our Hull C. Yeah. I realized, I know it sounds kind of crazy, Frisk, but my wife and I we go to the gym early in the morning. And it was really hard for me to get up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock to be in the gym at 5:30. Like, my brain isn't awake yet. You know, I'm not really ready for it. But I found that, like, just the excitement of playing Star Citizen, it was not hard for me to get up at like 3 and hop in with, like, my buddy Captain Kuza, and we'd go mess around. And by the time, you know, 5 o'clock rolls around, I'm, like, wide awake. I'm ready to go hit the gym. I don't like that this guy is staring at me. Good, we just quantumed away. That was a little awkward. But, yeah, so since I'm up just about every weekday morning from 3 to 5 playing, that's a good amount of time to do a streaming schedule. As things get more busy with this, maybe I'll shift it to a Monday, Wednesday, Friday stream schedule. But for now, just to try to not bite off more than I can chew, I'm sticking to the Tuesday, Thursday for a bit. And don't feel obligated by any means at all to join me on those streams, but that's when they'll be happening. And then I'll typically take those live streams and clip the content into more digestible YouTube videos. At least that's my goal. I made sure I was actually recording today. All right, we're gonna go ahead and hit the brakes and make sure we are not on any drones of any sort. Pulling back hard. We're gonna go ahead and get our cargo grid, which is right there. Heck yeah. All right, I can see all these drones this time. I see you. I see where you all are. Nuh-uh. Not today, Port Tressler. All right, let's angle up. Dude, I really want to see this drop off everything, man. I am so pumped. Because this is going to drop 2 contracts. It'll complete 2 of the 3 if this works. Someone's going to be out there flying around and be like, look at this dedicated Hull C tester right now. Yeah, if you guys see a Hull C in the PTU doing this stuff, you'll know it's me. Alright, parking brake engaged. Hands off the sticks. We're not moving, which is good. So hopefully it registers, everything's fine. I might give it a little wiggle. Fair, normally when I get up that early in the morning, I'm getting called to work, which sucks. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, 3 to 5. Star Citizen Gaming, you know, getting content or just hanging out, streaming, and then gym, and then work. That is the life. All right, we'll see if we're desynced with the server. We're gonna hop out of our seat real quick. Oh, there it is. Objective complete. I'm just gonna stand here for a second. That's a completed contract, guys. That's one completed contract. Oh, objective complete. Oh, this is really happening, dude. 2 contracts at the same time on the whole sea. All right, let's go finish this off, man. Oh, yeah, actually, also, we were supposed to pick up that last, what, 4 skew from here? Is that it right there? Yeah, it should be. That little 4 skew box. Because we went to Everest. Oh, nope, there's another one there. It's on the back. Oh, no. Shit, I don't know our orientation. I don't want to hit anything. Oh, I gotta get out of here. Shit. All right, we're good. Stupid impound. Sorry for all the cursing. I am Navy. Curse words are going to slip out of my mouth. I hope you guys don't mind too much. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm just really excited. Oh, nope. Damn it. You can't have me, Chris Roberts. I am testing this whole seat today. Oh my gosh. Let's go. Let's go. All right, the final contract should just be back to Everest to finish that one off, right? Yeah, we just got to go back to Everest Harbor. Oh man, if these 3 complete, that'll beat the record of the most contracts I've completed in a play session with the whole sea. But it also will demonstrate 3 contracts being simultaneously loaded, offloaded, onloaded, like completed all at once. And that is a big deal, guys, man. Spread the word about that. 4.1 is looking promising. I'm not going to be so foolish as to say the whole sea's fixed or anything like that, unless you put me out of context right there, which would just be funny. But improvements have been made objectively, tangibly, and I am very happy with that. My schedule is sleep, phone call, work for 12 hours, stay in a hotel, sleep, phone call, work, home, sleep, repeat. Oh man, yeah, I hope you get some personal time. Jeez, that sounds wild. Oh gosh, the weight off my shoulders and off my ship just knowing that we had those 2 contracts complete together. Can you guys imagine stacking the bigger stuff now? I mean, some of the experience missions basically fill up the whole sea, but if you got several member missions for 100k each that are, you know, 100 skew or so each, you can load them all in the whole sea and just carry on. I'm excited. With the completion of this last one, that'll be 7. That'll be a total of 7 because we were at 4. So, or wait. We were interrupted with 4. So this would have been 4, 5, 6. So yeah, this will be a completion of 6 because we kept getting stopped on 4. So yeah, we just did 4, 5. This will be 6, which still breaks the record because if we finish this without me blowing up the whole sea, we'll have broken our 5-trip record. Yeah, it's a good question. So fuel's not as accurate. We're almost to 50% quantum fuel with what we've been doing since we got the whole sea back. But since we had to claim it once and we were up into a new update patch once, we were getting kind of refueled by those happenings. So yeah, I wonder, that's a good question. Like, how many jumps will we be able to do before we have to refuel? And, you know, thankfully, you know, knock on all the wood around us, I haven't blown up docking at all today where you would refuel. Did once, on the very first time I tried to bring this out in the 4.1 PTU, back when it was codename Vibrant Unstable. Can confirm. Vibrant Unstable. But yeah, we're at 4.75 million, or whatever, 4.72 something fuel of 8.6, so down to about half quantum fuel. Hydrogen's great. That hasn't been a problem at all. But here we go. This is it, man. And for anyone who's here on Twitch with me, we'll definitely raid out to another person who is streaming Star Citizen before we go. So keep that in mind if you want to hang around for that. Don't bail out too quickly. Yep, good point. I did change quantum drives. We didn't really use the comma. We basically, except, you know, to get to Arc L1, we just jumped right into the Erebus. And it moves, man. Alright, we are cooling down, which the cooldown is also really great. Yeah, we don't want to go through there. Is it actually trying to nav us only that way right now? Yep, alright. So, be smart. You know, you don't want to try to cut through the planet, then that'd be a bad day. Let's see if we got an orbital maneuver node just over yonder here that'll put us out in the open. No, but we got moons. That node's a little far back. Let's do this. We're actually gonna do a really quick hop and a skip to Arc L3 real fast just to get visual on Everest Harbor. And brake. There we go. Coming around. There she is. Right next to the planet. Looking good. Oh, that's Comare. This should be Everest Harbor here. Nope, that's Pyro Gateway. What am I doing with my life? Oh, follow the icon, dumbass. So sorry, guys. There it is. How did we get that far from it? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I mean, we've been at it a lot. A lot's happened. Star Citizen's come for me so much today. Medrin, we're getting through this, man. You know, we said that Chris Roberts was going to smite me and send me into the middle of, like, Stanton Star for trying to use the ship this much, but it's happening, bro. There we go. Jeez. I'm like dancing around to get to this. I just want to finish the last contract. Well, that's really cool too, because the some of it that got delivered got replaced by what got picked up. So like they were overlapping in a way as far as the sequence of events. That's very promising then, if that's the case. We're gonna blast in here, kind of away from just about everything. Putting that thrust vector indicator where I want it. The Maggie C has done some good work today. I'm definitely not going to use this livery anymore. I don't like that white belly. It's like a really fat, long penguin. I'm probably going to go Trailblazer. I think that's going to be the one I'm going to land on. I really liked how that looked, like the orange industrial and the green, very rugged, very hauler status. The dusk was actually really good too, like the straight black. That was nice. All right. Double tap our request. There it is. Oh man, this is so great. Redirect our thrust vector. It does not like the thrust laterally, so we are going to give it a little bit more. There we are. Go ahead and orient her ahead of time. Get this final credit, man, and see where our rep is. We should definitely be in member rank now. So that's cool. Oh, I don't think I slowed down soon enough. Maybe I did. I don't know. Yep, we're good. Cool. Park and brake on. Still kind of moving, so I'm going to jiggle back a little bit. There we go. Yeah, we have the 2 4s on board. We just need those to depart. Oh, I'm moving again. It's not detecting that I've stopped. There it is. Oh. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. No. I saw it on board. I know I saw it. We'll be able to go back in the stream to see it. It definitely was there. And it's gone now, so it ate it. It just... Let's try standing up. Let's see what happens. It took everything. Oh, man. Come on. I guess we had to have a little weirdness, huh? Damn, we might have to partial submit this one. Which I don't even know if I want to. It's not really worth all that much. I know I saw 2 4s, and it took them. It just didn't register it. Oh, yeah, let's get out of here. I knew it. The second that turned blue, I was like, you jerks are trying to capture me again. Not today, Satan. Not today. Well, we'll definitely know it's off if we close the ship up, if that works, as we're blasting away. Yep. So, okay. In hindsight, it pulled everything off. The material was there. In the YouTube video, I will just probably overlay looking at it as proof. So that the material was there. It didn't reflect that last foreskew being pulled off and completed. So if we tailor our trips to avoid maybe some of those smaller boxes like that, I mean, with the big hole C, most of us aren't going to be doing these kind of missions anyway. We're just stress testing. But I think out of everything that happened, that is the only mission that on its own technically failed. So out of 6, only 1 failed. So, I mean, just as a real quick, very, very simple way of looking at this. If we take that, that's an 83% success rate. 83%. With stacking and the weirdness of the server. So that is good. That is really good. It's not fixed. It's not perfect. But the whole C is definitely improved. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy, though. I mean, that was a good time. I appreciate everybody who tuned in for this. It ended up being over 4 hours. I'm definitely going to be getting out of here. Let's go ahead and do a little raid out, man. Let's see who's streaming on Star Citizen and go pay them a visit. Anybody who's on Twitch, if you're on YouTube and want to hop over and be a part of this, absolutely feel free to. I need to turn off that sound so it doesn't overwhelm us here. All right. We're going to look for just, and then someone who looks a little industrial playing some Star Citizen. And we'll send our friends over there. See what's going on. See if anybody I've already... Oh, hey, Hendrosa. Let's do him again. We've done that before. He's cool. He'll recognize me raiding him out. I've got more than just one buddy this time. Yeah, Hendrosa's cool. He was the first one I ever raided out to, so this will be fun. Let's go.
To the...
They are surrounding the station.
All right, guys, you ready?
They
Oh my
were
god,
here.
dude, like...
They were here quickly.
Close this.
Come on, get my weapon. Jesus. Who's that coming in? Oh, dude, we got Deadweight coming in. With the raid party. Yep. Hang on. Where you at?
Hell yeah.
Hang tight, everybody. Hang tight. Where are you at, Rex?
Up top. Up top.
Awesome, man. Awesome,
Yeah, I'm
guys.
coming. I'm coming.
Cool. I want to go to mute that. Hendrosa's cool. He's good peoples. He really had a fun reaction the first time that I did that. But that was fun, guys. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Keep your eyes out for the YouTube video. It'll be out probably Monday. I'll probably do like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday sort of upload cadence. But yeah, until next time, guys, I will catch you later. Or I'll see